He said it with conviction.
Yeah.
It wasn't her first time. It wasn't
Oh
her
man.
first time saying that.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes. To all the our less melanated people out there in these streets, please refrain from using hateful comments towards us, racial comments, because we are in tune with our ancestors and the power of the slavery and the plantations, just like Grayskull. You know how like He-Man gets ready, the power of Grayskull, the power of all them plantations. Man, we're gonna find out. We gonna find out who you really related to down the line.
yes, you are.
Cause I'm telling you, we ain't putting up with that shit. We ain't put
No.
up with it then, and we damn sure.
Homegirl turned to a Super Saiyan for real. She had that Super Saiyan strength. And the lady looked like she was, I mean, she had a little, I ain't gonna say she was heavy set, she had a little weight on her, but you know, she can handle herself. Both of them. But no, man, she turned Super Saiyan for real. Snatch, drag.
You know, and you know, nobody had no problem. They were just like, you know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
they gonna do street.
I
You said it.
haven't
You
watched
did
the
say it.
video, but I am imagining this in my brain, how it went. Yeah.
Welcome to the Just Acting Up show. This at the end, what this about to be the end of July. We going into August, so y'all about to watch this on August. Y'all watching it August right now. Welcome to our show. How y'all doing? How you living? I'm Joffy. Nice to meet you. Salutations. We got Mike up in the building. Mike, say what's up to the people.
What's up to the people?
All right. Don't forget we got Chris up in this thing. Chris, say what's up to the people out there, man.
I say, what's up, people? Yeah, I'm trying something different. You know,
Hey,
see if that works. No?
I was there with you, man. I'm like, hey, baby, we all. I was there with you, bro. All right, y'all. We're going to get it into this action real quick. Speaking of action, the boy Governor Hot Wheels is at it again. We're going to have to get a shirt with him made or something. I don't know. Well, no, I don't want to give him that energy. But stay tuned and check out what Governor Hot Wheels is up to. Not only that, we recently just had the NBA draft and Texans. Oh, whew, trying to keep my composure. So we got some more sports news. We're going to talk about that as well. And we're going to tackle the Simone Biles situation. All that and more on Just Acting Up show. Y'all stay locked in. Wrong with hey, we recording, ain't we? And I'm over here dancing. This guy just gotta go with it sometimes. Oh man, so thank you all for tuning in. Before we get into the show, make sure you click that bell button to get notifications. Like, share, comment, and subscribe on our channel. We thank you and we appreciate you for tuning in. Just Acting Up show. So let's go ahead and get into this real quick. Once again, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Say it with your chest, man. Yeah. So Governor Hot Wheels, man, he's at it again. Oh,
Man, he's trying to kill us.
Yeah, he is. I think that's
basically.
the goal. Kill them all.
Basically, what is he talking about? Bury me a G. No, go. I mean, hey man, what is he talking about? He said he's gonna start finding people for going into these places, talk about the mask. What is it going on right now?
He said that he was for any it's an executive order from Greg Abbott that no government entity can mandate masks, removes ability for local governments to limit capacity in businesses, and any public or private entity that receives state funds may not require consumers to submit proof of COVID-19 vaccination. So,
in other words, it sounds like a bunch of BS.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like you got these people working hard and to keep everybody safe, and he's like, nah, you know what? Bump all the doctors and experts and all this. We're just gonna not do that. Like, no, I'm gonna say no.
No.
I'm gonna say
No.
I never understand why do Republicans feel like that everything is like science and it's not true. It's like global warming, these hurricanes and ice glaciers breaking off in the water
Mhm.
is not that's not normal. That's not supposed to happen.
Mhm.
And this pandemic wouldn't have been so bad if Donald Trump wouldn't did what he did with the. That's how I feel. He wouldn't did what
Yeah.
he did with the people that was there in place by Obama.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
This whole situation could have been handled better, and it can be handled better now. Um, I don't know. I mean, I think what me and Chris was talking about that one time, man, and I think it's gonna be. We knock on wood. It's something, man.
I knock on it for you, brother, right here.
Thank you.
I don't know if this is really wood.
How many years we had to deal with it? Because I look back at the history books when they were saying how long they dealt with polio and smallpox and all that, and I'm like just thinking about people gonna be people and not listen and gonna listen to people that's in power and say, yeah, we gonna. They said that we can walk around without this, or we don't have to do this, or we'll be all right. And okay, you keep at it. There's gonna be more and more years add on to it, and it's just ridiculous, man.
yeah, this new variant is like a lot more kids are affected by it as well. And so it's just it's one of those things, man. Like who do you? It's a lot of distrust
Yeah.
already between this and conflicting stories, and it's just like there's a lot of confusion, out there.
Hmm.
So it's like people, and then a lot of propaganda around it as well, because
Yeah.
people have their own personal agendas. So
I
I don't
will
know.
say this: if you are going to take the shot, go talk to a professional person, doctor. The doctor that wears the white coat, go talk to that guy. Because if you talk to family members or you get on Facebook or Instagram and search for your answer, oh my God, you're gonna be out of there.
Hmm.
Yeah, drive
You're
yourself
gonna
crazy.
you're gonna drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
Seriously, because I'm that's where I'm at right now. Don't know if I'm gonna take it or not, but it's leaning towards that way.
Yeah, I mean, I know for me when I took it, like I said, before I took it, I really weighed that decision heavily. I was, talking to family members in the medical field and
Right.
just what they thought. So, cause they deal with it on a daily basis working at a hospital. And I was like, you know
Yeah.
what, seems like the best decision to make, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So that's why I went on and took it.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not finna argue with anybody who says they not finna take it. I'm not finna argue with anybody who says they have taken it because I understand. I look at it on both sides, and I completely understand. And for all those who do get it, don't go to those hole in the wall doctors. Like don't, just don't. You set yourself up for failure. Avoid the person that looked like the guy from the first Chucky. You remember when in Chucky when she went in the back alleyway and asked her and bought the Chucky doll and then
Yeah.
the homeless man. Don't go to. Hey man, yeah, I got that vaccine. Avoid anybody got a trench coat on and say I got that vaccine and give you a shot.
Although Costco's and Sam's is doing it. I mean, Costco's and Sam's, they got it. I don't know. Okay, Chris, where you got your shot at?
At Reliance Stadium by the Army.
Okay, okay,
So the Army doctors that was out there.
You got
yeah,
that
because
Walking Dead. That's what you got.
I got that what?
You got that Walking Dead. That's what you got.
Hey,
Don't
some of
listen to me, people. Like, don't listen to me, people. If you want to go get a shot, don't listen. Don't listen to us. Don't listen to us, people.
You see Chris coming down your highway doing them thriller dance, boy.
He
So I hit
got
that
his.
lean. If you don't hit that lean on him,
He
Boy,
got.
you know it's real.
He got his.
That's the
by
first thing I'm doing.
arm.
If I turn into a zombie, that's the first thing I want to do. I'm gonna hit that. I want to hit that Michael Jackson lean. Just
He got.
man.
get that lead.
He got it by the arm.
That boy getting down, bro.
He got his shot by the arm.
Army strong, man. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, man. So y'all be careful out there. Please use common sense. Don't argue with these people if they ask you. I had another thing because I work in the hospital too. I'm just somebody that deliver blood samples and tissue samples, packages, whatever.
Right.
So of course, every time I go into sometimes when I go into different hospitals, depending on where I got to go, I got to get screened. And so it's crazy that this one lady said to me, like, I just walked up in there, and it's been a long time since I went to the hospital. And she asked me these questions, and do I test or whatever. And she said, well, you can't go this route. You have to go around the other way. And it took me a good minute, but she told me before I left. She said thank you. Cause I told him, like, why you thanking me? She said, because everybody she been coming in here been combative, been saying, why I gotta do this, why I gotta do that, I gotta do, like, y'all, come on now. This thing been going on for what? Been a year or so?
Over a year now.
Over a year now.
Almost a year.
Stop being yeah. Stop being combative with these people. It is what it is. Like this.
It's a new way of life. We're not going back to what we had as normal 2 years ago. No, that's done with. It's a new normal.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I got a free car wash that way. The man say, take that tire out the back of your car, sir, so you can go through the machine. I said, no problems. He said, you know what? Since you gave me a good response, it's free for you today.
See that?
So
But get some good energy in the world.
Yeah, put some good energy out there, man. You're gonna get it right back.
Yeah,
man.
But they ain't listening. Somebody gonna be at Walmart today raising hell if they decide put your mask on. Oh, this is a country, huh?
I think somebody made a good point. It was who's that made a good point? I forgot what I was watching or listening to. I think it was a comedian, and they were saying, like, let's say some of our less melanated brethren out there and sisters out there, stop comparing wearing a mask to slavery.
Oh my God! Stop that!
It is not the same.
Stop. It is not the same.
It is not the same.
It is not. Nobody came up to Master and said, "Master, no, I would not wear these chains."
I hate people.
Like, no.
Why? Why? Who?
Joey Wells. That's who it was. The comedian from the Plastic Cup Boys. Kevin Hart's.
Oh my gosh.
He did they did a Netflix special, and yeah, I thought that was hilarious. He's like, yeah, people keep comparing it to slavery about wearing them. Oh, this is so no, it's not.
I think I seen a video of someone saying that this is my freedom right. Yeah, I cannot believe that this is America and you're making me put on a mask.
See, man, like just do it and shut up, please, so you can keep the peace. There's already enough going on out here.
Now, I just wonder, like, if everybody really had, like, was all on the same page and took this seriously, like, where would we be with this situation now? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it'd be non-existent, because who's the doctor that's in charge of this? What's his name?
Fauci.
He said that if everyone in America could wear a mask for 2 weeks, he said this would be over within a month.
Yeah, but
people
so much dissension in the country, and it shows so much dissension, and it's like because the fix is easy. And we was heading in a good direction, and then this new variant, once that came over, now we're taking back like the honeymoon season where we were looking like we was about to get back. That's done with. We taking steps back now, so we may head back to lockdown. So.
Not only that, but we're in hurricane season.
Oh,
so I don't know if everybody been paying attention. I don't know why. I got kind of like a sense of it. I'm not saying something gonna happen. Knock on wood as well. But it seems like every time we don't get something that come through Texas for hurricane season, in the next year or so, something comes through.
Yeah. Because like every other year seems like.
Yeah.
Every other year because it was 2018 when that hurricane came through. Was a hurricane? Harvey.
Yeah.
And before that, it was Ike.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, it was Ike and Katrina was back. I believe.
No, Rita. No, it was Katrina, and then it was Rita. Rita happened on my birthday. I remember that. And then Rita didn't do anything but just blow, But I do know that Ike shut down a lot of lights. I know that for sure.
Yeah, it did.
I remember that.
I remember that too. So word to the wise out there. Since y'all watching our show, thank y'all. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and get yourself ready and prepare for hurricane season because we in it. And you just want to be prepared. That's just try to prepare for. Get your batteries, get your water, and have that stocked up and ready to get extra things down before it get too crazy.
Right.
It's gonna get crazy. And mix that in with the pandemic. Mix that in with God dog on gun law September.
I'm gonna be prepared. Hurricane season come around. I'm gonna be very prepared.
Man,
My job, I'm gonna be very prepared. My job. Hey, job, guess what? Guess what's in the golf?
Well, I can't use that same excuse because I work from home, so I can't be like, "Hey, John, well, you got electricity, don't you? You got electricity." I know the last storm, Harvey, I felt so guilty because my area didn't really flood.
Yeah.
And so it's like that's a form of anxiety where it's like you seeing all this destruction everywhere and all your people affected. I think as soon as I was able to get out, I went to like the store and just bought like a whole bunch of stuff to try to donate because I was just like being trapped and just not able to do nothing.
That's how I was too, bro. I just recently deleted a bunch of posts that I around about that time. It's like, dog, I was posting so many reposts because this person was missing and they had these donation drives and people coming to help and people were sending messages like through Instagram and Facebook saying, "Hey, we stuck on the roof," you know. Yeah, I remember that, bro. And I remember I just felt like helpless. I'm like, damn, I gotta do something. So I just was reposting. I don't even know these people. I just was reposting, trying to help circulate the word.
Yeah, man. That's cool of y'all, man. That's cool. My situation was kind of, I was stuck at work at the second job at the high rise building. And it was down in the near by the Heights area. And it was crazy when I would go up to the top floor and like I could just see how everything was just flooded. It just like, because we were right next to the bayou. And thank God that the water got a little bit high enough to where it could flood in the area, but then when it went to the side of the building, it would simply go back into the sewer, and so it was good. I was stuck up there for like about almost a week. I was stuck up there, and the people that was inside that high-rise building was generous enough to say, "Hey, we got some food or whatever." My boss was talking about, just ask people for this and this and this. I'm like, I just can't ask these people. But they were more than generous. They came down. They said, "Hey, you need some food?" I'm like, "You got anything?" Because I didn't. It was the first day of it, and I didn't know what was gonna happen. I'm like, "Yeah, I got something here, a little snack." Like, "Okay, we got you." I'm like, "Okay." I go use the restroom. I come back, and like food is just lined up for me. So it was kind of a blessing, and they kind of treated me nice and cool, and I was thankful. And it's crazy that when situations like this happen, some good-hearted people come together, band together, help one another out, and it was cool, man. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say it was cool. It was cool that they helped me out during my time of need, man. So it was, and it's also cool and dope that y'all helped out the ones that y'all was able to help out too. So
yeah, definitely, man. It's one of those things, man. Like, especially to be blessed to not be touched, by the storm like that and be affected. Like that was the least. That was at the least of what I could do is the
How long were we in the house? That storm lasted for 7 days, didn't it?
Yeah. It was still, even when I was finally able to leave, and I took a different routes to get back home, man, it was still some areas that was like really flooded, man. So it was, whew, that was a beast. That was dealing with it. But
well, Texas, just get ready. Texas, get ready. Texas, get ready for hurricane season. The situation with the lockdown and what else in September? With the gun laws. So
I know if we make it past Mike's birthday, I think we in the clear. That's how I gauge it now. After that one storm, because me and Mike's birthday are 2 weeks apart. So I'm like, okay, we get past Mike's birthday, I think we good.
Yeah,
that's cool. I didn't know that. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, I think after September the 20th, September the 21st, we good. We good.
Gotcha.
I'm October 4th, so it'd be like, okay.
Yeah, especially when they hit October. Oh yeah, that's when the water starts to cool off and okay, all right, we good.
We good around it. So moving forward, man, I want to do an early honorable mentions for just acting the fool. We love to see it.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know the lady's name. I didn't do research on it. I just saw the video and I laughed from a healthy place, from the heart. I'm gonna say y'all, for all my Caucasian listeners, people that are not of color, or
I'm not
just
Caucasus.
do I'm on the fence with this. Don't say the N word anymore. I'm telling you this, but I know y'all still gonna say it. But at the same time, I want y'all to say it because I want to weed out and see who's going to say it. You will get handled. And Mike is going to tell you, God was not with you that day.
No.
You got So it was a certain situation. I don't know where it was. I shared the video with my compadres, and it was an argument. I don't know if it was between a tenant and I don't know what it was, but pretty much it happened with a Caucasian woman and a woman of color, melanated woman. They was arguing. I saw a paper was flying around in the lady's hand from what I remember, but I can't really remember because I was laughing so hard. But they had an argument. They had a disagreement. And the Caucasian lady told her to get off her property. Yes, you should get off somebody's property, but however, when you drop the N word, all bets off. And then when she dropped the N word, she turned her back like she wasn't going to do nothing. Like, you big and bad, you feeling yourself. And she snatched the soul Shang Tsung fatality. Get over here. Off from her front porch. All the way from the pavement into the parking lot street, saying that you not on your property now. The Kevin Samuels hand, put it down.
You know, I knew it was gonna be bad because that lady made sure to pronounce every part of that word. She was. She said it with conviction.
Yeah.
It wasn't her first time. It wasn't her first time saying that.
Yes. To all our less melanated people out there in these streets, please refrain from using hateful comments towards us, racial comments, because we are in tune with our ancestors and the power of the slavery and the plantations, just like Grayskull. You know how like He-Man gets ready, the power of Grayskull, the power of all them plantations. Man, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out who you really related to down the line.
Yes, you are.
Because I'm telling you, we ain't putting up with that shit. We ain't put
No.
up with it then, and we damn sure.
Homegirl turned to Super Saiyan for real. She had that Super Saiyan strength. And the lady looked like she was, she had a little, I ain't gonna say she was heavy set, she had a little weight on her, but she can handle herself. Both of them. But now, man, she turned Super Saiyan for real. Snatch, drag.
Nobody had no problem. They were just like, you know what? Yeah.
I haven't watched the video, but I am imagining this in my brain, how it went. Yeah. Wasn't gonna be no big fuss about that.
Yeah, you get ready to break up something. Nah, she did say it. She deserved that.
Yeah, she deserved that.
She deserved it. And you know what? You deserve it. And then the week prior, last week, or the week before, because but yeah. So during the rap battle, I don't know who was it, but it was a guy of color, and another white guy said it, and his bars went straight like this. They said I can't much say the N word, but this Nick, and then
yeah,
it was the most smoothest KO I've seen all year.
Cause it's like one of those things. Like, all right, I'm not even about to rap. Like, he said, oh, okay. So he's already ready mentally. He's like, as soon as he said,
I would say is to see if I can get away.
What got me was the crowd. The crowd was cracking up. It was like,
the most smoothest KO. And like, you go back and look at Homeboy face. Homeboy face just, it's like he just did like this and just hit Homeboy. And it's like, dude, why would you even? You shouldn't did it. Eminem never did it before. Why? From what I remember, and that's what I'm saying. Like, no, just
Eminem he has a talent with words.
Yeah.
So he said wigger before, wigger, but it wasn't pointed towards black people. It was pointed towards himself. You know, he said white people would call him a wigger. I
Yeah.
remember he said that on a song because I was a huge Eminem fan, still
Yeah.
is. And yeah, he never used that, never ever used the word. And
Yeah.
he's very successful without
Yeah.
it. You know, see,
Yes.
he never had that word even in his vocabulary. So he's like a wordsmith. That's what I wanted
Yes.
to say. He's a wordsmith.
Boy studied the whole dictionary.
He studies the whole dictionary. So
So
shout out to Eminem.
yes, I like Eminem, man. So Kevin Samuels hand.
Kevin Samuel eyes like.
I mean, you know, that's what I said. Them people, they were just like, well,
Yeah, I mean, you on your own.
you say it.
You on your own. So I'm just saying. And then it's a country singer that got canceled not too long ago for saying it, having he got really, I forgot his name. He was supposed to perform on SNL, and then they found out that he had a drunk night out on the town with his buddies, and a Ring app picked up I guess it was so loud the vibration. I don't know. That's weird. But they was they was far away from it, and he was drunk. He dropped the N word. They found out about it because they kept being noisy neighbors, and somebody posted. Now he's canceled. So and then on top of that, when you come out and say I'm sorry that I said no, you're only sorry that you got caught.
Pretty much.
So,
Basically.
so yeah. So
just like my uncle Sharp was saying, shout out to Shannon Sharp. He's recovering what they call it, hip replacement surgery.
mm-hmm.
Like he once said, when you are a celebrity, you have to assume that everybody is a camera is around you. And that is the honest truth. You have to assume that you have cameras all around you. Now, when you're a local joker and nobody knows you, or you could just say wherever but in the confines of by yourself, like if you're in the backyard with your friends or something, you can say whatever you want to say at that point. But yeah, when you are a celebrity, that's when
and
things
even
go
no matter how cool you may be with the black community and black culture, like the guy that was rapping, it's a line you can cross.
Yeah, it is.
But all that can go out the window.
Yeah, it's a line. It's a line. And then this the ones that kills me is the ones that just thinks they just so cool, and then they say it anyway, and it just feels like you feel it in your every fiber in your being. It's like, oh, I could just slap the shit out of you right now.
Oh my gosh, people. So
Yeah.
I can't. So I get along with everybody. Hey man, I'm cool with everybody. We cool. We can chop it up. But when you do that, you on your own, and that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's been a sports heavy theme this week. The Astros picked up a victory of 2 or 3. They doing good. I know trade they just, trade deadline passed for the Astros. So we'll see how that all fall out and what happens with them. And then, let's take a little trip down Kirby.
Hold on, you can't just skip over the Astros accomplishment.
Yeah.
They just hit a milestone.
Yeah, they did.
They're the first team to have ever have 100 wins over another team. They've been owning the Seattle Mariners. They beat them 100 games. A franchise. They have beat them. They have beat them 100 times over their 61. So can't just skip over that. Then also they leading in the AL West, and then they picked up some good trades. So
yeah, they did.
Astros trying to make a run. They trying to prove that 2017 wasn't just no cheating year. So.
Yeah.
Ain't no fluke. We do this.
Yep.
So yeah, we
needed that big. We was just talking about earlier before the show. That was a great victory after we went through Hurricane Harvey. So everybody everybody was just like, yeah, we needed that dub, man. So,
that's right. Yeah. That's why y'all not getting it back.
You ain't getting that trophy back.
You ain't getting that trophy back.
Don't ask me no more.
Checks were cashed.
Yes,
right?
Sir.
Straight up, man.
Money
so shout out to the Astros. Shout out. Y'all keep doing good. Keep doing great things, man. So now, gotta get the violin out. What's that? Yeah, get my Titanic violin out.
Don't cover your faces, guys.
Man, you know what, man? I'll say this. You know, I'm glad that the team and Coach David Culley, who I gotta remind. Oh my God, they're being optimistic about everything. So, but it's still that, yeah, David Culley, who sounds like a mixture of Foghorn Leghorn and Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream from wrestling.
I say now.
I can't unhear it, bro. I just can't. Like right when I listen to it on the radio, I'm at work, and so I listen to the radio for the show, and I'm just listening to him talk, and I'm like, why does dude sound like somebody? And then the people that was doing the radio that was talking about him, I guess the way how they cut off when David Culley was saying there's a lot of things, this a new position, there's a lot of things I don't know. And they said, cut it off right now. I was like, oh, you know what, man, cut this off, man. I understand you can't just say some things when you on the spot in these interviews, because people gonna take it and run with it.
Whenever we talk about the Texans on the show, it is comedy hour.
I mean, so like, Mike, let me put you in this position. So you're a new coach, right?
Hold on, let me tip that screen real quick just in case.
God dang it.
Be right there in that corner. So they won't look at this and be like, but you talking about your favorite team. Let me just tip and move my head to the Calicone position.
Oh, man.
And dip it low so y'all can see that jersey.
Oh, my God.
Is he doing it?
All right, carry on.
Oh, my gosh, man. So let me see. So, Mike, if you were the coach, right?
Right.
And I know it's a new position and everything.
Right.
And if somebody would you come out and say that I'm in this new position? It's a lot of things I don't know. Would you say that? Or like, I'm trying to remind myself of the question that they asked this man, because it's just some things that you shouldn't say. And then there are ways around the question to where you could twist it. I don't know, man. It rubbed me the wrong way, man. It just did.
It's you have to come out as being confident, and you have to come out as being, like even if you feel like you don't know it all, you don't express that you don't know it all. Because one thing that I know about the NFL, I can't speak about baseball and I can't speak about basketball, but I do know about NFL football. They will smell blood in the water, and they will come to attack you in all kind of different ways and areas. That's why I think football is the only sport to where don't go in there and try to, make fun of the other team or make it feel like that you're just better than them. You got to come in there as humble, because they're going to get you. So
Sunday.
Yeah, any given Sunday. Any given Sunday. So I think he's a little bit nervous because this is his first head coaching job.
Yeah.
I think nervousness and it's people that's watching, especially with the Sean situation. So
I think he just needs to watch Waterboy.
Yeah, he does.
Just watch Waterboy. He'll be all right. See what the coach, how he got over his feel.
Yeah.
Visualize an attack. Visualize an attack, Bobby. Oh, boy, was on the business.
I just hope. I mean, I'm not a Texan fan, but I would hate for the Texans to go down that slump of being the new Cleveland Browns.
I don't think nobody would. I don't think we'll fall that deep, but we did take a shotgun to the organization, and
we did.
Yeah, it's gonna take a minute.
We did.
Yeah,
man. Speaking of man, this is Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get myself together, man. It's so much going on. I'm happy, like I said, I'm happy that they're being optimistic about things. But then, Deshaun, I know they said throughout the week, they said, yeah, he was participating. And then just yesterday, they said that he's not participating. So I don't know. I wasn't there. These words get out.
It was one of those situations. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
but he brings and they had him think I'm practicing. Didn't they have him like on the fourth team or something practicing? Or he wasn't even with the starters or nothing. It was just he was just out there pretty much. But it's like he brings so much of a media circus now.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
It's a distraction. So maybe they're like, okay, like
yeah.
you put him on the
Put him
back
over
burner.
there.
Yeah,
Put him over there. Was treating you
and
Yeah.
and I think the Saints coach came out and said something about the coach. One of the coaches said it's pretty much like suicide, career suicide, trying to get him right now, or team suicide, trying to get him right now because what has everybody on edge because the I guess the court stuff hasn't really been fully worked out. I don't think that they won't get nothing on that until like September. So it may
yeah.
not be till September when we actually see some movement on with the situation and what's going to go on with the Texans and Watson. So
Hard situation, man. I'm trying to remind myself. So when Ben Roethlisberger went through all this,
Oh, here you go.
my bad, brother. I'm sorry,
I mean, he
but
did go through it
he
though.
did go through
Let's
it
talk.
too.
Let's
Here
talk
you
about it.
go.
When Ben went through it, and when others went through it, how did they treat? I'm trying to think. How did they organizations treat them? I'm trying to remind myself. Was he still? I mean, he of course he's still there, of course. But you know, is it the case of the whole cancel culture movement? Is it the case of the whole Me Too movement that they're treating us differently because they like really, really zeroing in on these things? You know what I'm saying, man?
I think it was always there.
Yeah.
It was always there. Um, but with the Ben Roethlisberger situation, I think the Steelers organization behind closed doors had to really tighten the ship on him because you haven't
Mm-hmm.
heard anything else. Because if you remember, after they won in '05, he
Mm-hmm.
went on a motorcycle and got in an accident and flew through a
Yeah.
windshield.
Yeah.
And I remember Terry Bradshaw went out, long well, Hall of Fame Steeler. He said, hey, he reached out to Ben Roethlisberger and was like, save that until you retire. And
Mm-hmm.
then when they won the Super Bowl again, it was a sexual something happened in the restroom with him and some lady in the bar.
Yeah.
And I think the ship had to be tightened because I'm sorry, but I if you hear these whispers, the organization has to be the first one to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot tell me that all these women and the organization haven't heard anything before the news media or the lawyers heard it.
You know what?
That's BS.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's just a culture shift because back then, social media was around, but it's not like it is now. So everything really gets
Mm-hmm.
magnified
Right,
Yeah.
today more so than it did around that time.
right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Because yeah, they even much they're he like back in when Roethlisberger's situation was going on. Of course, he was under a microscope, but like I said, that's just a bigger lens these days.
Yeah.
So
Right, right,
Yeah.
exactly.
We got
So
how? Yeah. We got how many social media? We had. It was just MySpace and Facebook around that time, and
yeah,
now we got Twitter, you got Instagram. Well, it was probably on the verge of being shown to everybody, but just not as big as is now. Same thing like how we was talking about with the South Park and Boondocks thing.
yeah,
South Park, they started theirs, and like when the South Park come started, it was year 2000,
I
99.
think
I
yeah,
think it
maybe
was
99,
99.
2000.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was 99.
and so like like things has changed over time, and what was I ain't gonna say accepted, but it wasn't as big as a microscope as it was then than what it is now.
Right.
Right.
So, and then the NFL has always been that dark side of women, sexual
Yeah,
allegations, rape, murder,
Drugs. Yeah.
yeah.
drugs, and more drugs. Especially that team in Arlington. Especially that team in Arlington. I ain't gonna say them.
Mm.
Who we?
Ooh wee man.
Who
I
we?
said cocaine cowboys.
Yeah.
I don't like the Cowboys.
I just got off the phone with my dad. He said he gonna check out the show. When we talk bad about his Cowboys, he gonna
Uh,
what? Did I?
I'm sorry, but
my
it's the
bad.
truth. It is the truth. But like I said, the NFL has been known for that. They have been known for that. And the ship has been very tightened, not just with one particular quarterback has been Roethlisberger. It's been tightened big time with everybody,
Yeah,
everybody down there, and they are not putting up with it. You will lose endorsements. You will lose your contract. You will be cut. and it is what it is, and rightfully so. And if any, and just to say, these are all allegations with Deshaun. But if Deshaun did that, then as Houston Texans fans, y'all should want him to leave.
Yeah.
Too much
I mean,
disrespect.
I love the Steelers. I love them dearly, but Ben Roethlisberger lost me when he got on a motorcycle and it messed his face. I'm like, come on, man, we just won a Super Bowl. And then with the sexual allegations, like,
Dude, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. So,
yeah, we'll see what happens.
but moving on into brighter news, that got me excited like a little kid. I'm happy. I'm happy about the whole draft with the Rockets. So shout out to Houston Rockets for drafting not one, not two, not three, but four, which I thought was going to be just three, but they surprised me with that fourth one. So all great picks, a lot of upside. I think all of them are 19 as well too.
Good.
So after that, I think their next move now is to start cleaning house. The players that have been there, get rid of your Eric Gordons, your John Walls. Thank you for that y'all time spent here, but y'all got to put them elsewhere on a contender so they can try to get that ring, like PJ Tucker. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be going to some Rockets games this year if they don't shut up.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm going to some Rocket games too.
Yeah, man.
You know what? We should do a just acting up night at the Rockets game. Boom.
That'd be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Just put your booth right there. What y'all? Who is this? Like, hey man, what's up?
Nah, we need to do a just acting up Sunday afternoon at a Texans game.
That man, if we can get
that would be funny.
That Mike gonna be over there.
He's gonna be that one person like he said last week with the jersey.
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah. Like your team not even playing, bro. Like
I'm not. I'm just gonna say, man, I just come here just to laugh. That's all I would do.
He gonna be that person. I just want the wings.
I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna send that out. Like, how do you get in a part of a tailgate party?
You just buy the space, and then because I used to tailgate all the time. You get the space, and then you pull up in the spot, and everybody do their thing.
Man, how much do you remember?
I think the tickets weren't that much for tailgates. I think it was like $10-$20.
Really?
Yeah, but don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna look into it, man. We're gonna look.
But I think somebody had to have a ticket to the game as well.
Somebody has to have a ticket to the game.
I'm not sure if somebody or if everybody. I forgot how that part works.
Yeah.
But I know the tailgate part, and they be out there early. They be out there like 5 o'clock in the morning, line waiting to get into to set up, and they be some serious. Texas don't play about their tailgate.
No, they do not. If anything, Texas is a football state. Football heavy. That's why everybody gets so passionate.
Well, they got overrun when these good old boys in black and yellow came down there because that whole Kirby was done. It was done. They had so many people. You would think this is Pittsburgh, Texas.
I gotta go, man. We gotta get there. We gotta get there just to be there, man. Just to see how be there to network and talk to people and just get some of them good vibes and just eat some good barbecue and see what happens with the Texans. I don't know.
Hopefully, because like I said, this country is based on football. Basketball is cool.
Yeah.
Football. It's football.
Yeah. This is the state. Yeah.
It's not just the state, the whole country.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why football comes around. Kickoff is like a holiday.
Yeah, it is.
They sell beer and they sell all this, liquor and whatever. It's a celebration. So I just hope that everything can keep it together and not be on lockdown. Because I did want to go to Pittsburgh. Because when I go to Pittsburgh, I'm gonna lose my mind. My marbles.
Be like a kid in the candy store, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, once again, shout out to Houston Rockets for the draft picks. We'll see what happens, man. It feels good to just say that, to watch a game without having any pressure and to just enjoy it, just to look at the athleticism and see what they can do. It feels good. So it feels good. I'm looking forward to it. But in other basketball news, Russell Westbrook, man,
Uh,
Russ going to the Lakers. The
it's
Lake
not
Show.
even fair. See, what angers me about that is because me and my one of my brothers, we always had this beef. Houston and Lakers, like,
Mhm,
and I love my favorite player is LeBron, of course. So
mhm.
I can always talk my trash, but then LeBron joined his team, which is the Lakers.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
so
It
I
don't
couldn't talk no
sit. It
trash
don't
about
sit. Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And
It
my
don't sit right.
meanwhile, my Houston team is falling to pieces. Then they went and get Westbrook. First text I get, I'm like, and I ain't got nothing I could really just. Okay,
Like, yeah,
it's not even fair.
man. My thing is right now. Okay, so LeBron does, time and time again. I understand. Hey, you're trying to win. Um, but my thing is with the sports radio, with sports shows, they automatically like so. Of course, you got AD, LeBron, and you got Russ. Now you're looking at the East. Who just won the championship? The Bucks.
Bucks. Mm-hmm.
But they automatically saying that Lakers show is not going to beat the Nets. So if I'm looking at it to where it's like, so y'all just gonna automatically like, write off the champions already. That y'all automatically just not gonna say they LeBron and them not doing this, is not doing this to beat the Bucks or something like that. Y'all can just dismiss that. So the shade is strong. So
Yeah,
That's
I'm,
that's the NBA.
yeah,
The NBA is they're the only place where you can say if you got all these star powers on one team, they're gonna win. And 8 out of 10, I mean, unless they have a big fallout like how the Heat did their first year with LeBron,
mm-hmm.
they're gonna win. They're gonna win. And honestly, if you think about it, if everyone stayed healthy with the Nets, then the Nets would have won, hands down.
Yeah,
Hands down, they would have won.
they would have.
KD was carrying that team.
Yeah.
And just imagine if Harden and Kyrie was still in it and they was healthy, Brooklyn would have won.
Yeah. Straight up. I mean, that's straight up, man. So hey,
it was the right set of circumstances that happened for the Bucks this year.
it did.
To get the team. Okay, for Phoenix to come out the West, like it just everything just kind of the dominoes fell like they needed to fall.
Yeah.
Which makes me think back on that one year when Chris Paul was with us, and we were there. We could have won that year, but
one
the
hamstring away, man. So I remember, and people do this just to get excitement out of people when they look at when they do this on Instagram, but they had Steph Curry in a Lakers jersey. I'm like, that would not be fair. That would not be fair. That I ain't gonna lie. I love LeBron. I don't care what LeBron go to, but that would not be fair.
That wouldn't be fair.
That wouldn't be fair at all. The earth is gonna fall off his atlas.
Like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute for real, man. So all right, so moving on to the Olympics, man. So we already know that the NBA Olympics, the NBA team for Olympics, they're not doing so good right now. They drained, they tired. I mean, you going against teams that just been waiting. Like that one little brother that's been waiting for you.
You said the basketball team is tired.
Yeah, but because I wouldn't say all of them are, but it's like you gotta look at it, like the season some of these guys are just now getting out of the finals, or just now getting out of the season, because because of the pandemic they kind of prolonged the things, and so to us, to regular people, they're like, man, you get paid all the $1 million, you work out or whatever. You know how tired you get from running all day and trying to shoot and guard people, and they gonna get me over there with somebody who had it out against me for the longest. We've been the USA been whooping ass in basketball for forever. So, hey man,
it's yeah, man, it's an interesting Olympics for sure. That I know that. I'm sorry, I was just reading that Jamaica, they swept. Looks like they sweeping the track and field over there, at least on the ladies' side. So they, that's Shakari, like, you miss me now,
Yeah, get the brooms out.
China, they've been in a position to where they've never won this many gold medals. They got 21. Japan's in second with 17. The US is in third with 16. So it's like,
16, yeah.
wait, Japan and China? It's like, what's going on? But
Yeah.
Hey man, it's all good. I mean,
yeah,
I really don't too much keep up with the Summer Olympics. I used to back then. I used to enjoy it, but like now it's just like Michael Johnson was my guy in track. He
Mm-hmm.
was killing it, and
Yeah.
Carl Thomas too back in the day. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't keep up with the Olympics like that.
the highlight of the Olympics, I don't even have to watch it anymore. Just go watch the recap with Snoop and Kevin Hart. That stuff is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That is funny.
was that, look at that horse, cuz he over there crip walking, cuz. You feel-
He asked one of his correspondents, hey, do they got what I like over there? What I like? And Kevin Hart was like, that's real subtle, Snoop. Real subtle. It's real subtle.
Hey man, Snoop
Yeah,
gonna ask you, man.
the recap is funny.
I gotta watch some more of that recap, man. That is hilarious, man. So, of course, we got well, we'll talk about that later with Simone Biles and everything. But yeah, man, the Olympics, it's a different. It's just all of it is just so different, trying to adjust to what's going on with the whole pandemic and everything. So, I mean, I applaud their
Right.
athleticism and what they do. All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into the Critics Corner. We're gonna talk a little bit about what is going on with everybody suing everybody. Feel like Oprah Winfrey. You getting sued. You getting sued. You getting sued. And you getting sued. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna talk about that and early reviews for a certain movie that everybody's been waiting on. We're gonna look at DC, man. Hold it down. POP or DC holding it down. Stay locked in. Just Acting Up Show. Welcome to the Critics Corner, where we talk about entertainment news from music to acting to what's going on in Hollywood. And what's going on in Hollywood right now, like right now. Scarlett Johansson just opened up,
A can of worms.
man. Well, I ain't gonna say she's opened up. She just straight up, man, hit his mother. Boof, here it is.
She say since my character is gone, spoiler alert. Before I walk out this door, I'm gonna start just knocking over shit.
Yeah.
It's like hey, you know what you said to make the coffee? Coffee machine? Like she that person.
Yeah.
I never liked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your face ugly. Just you're knocking out everybody.
Oh, you can. Everybody, man. That's like your last day at the job, man. Yeah, like you right, Chris. That's like your last day before, right when you clock out. Let me swipe this badge before I turn my badge in. She did this, he did that. You ain't give me. Scarlett she said, I ain't playing with. She the one that got the cojones.
Huh. In that order.
In that order.
Yeah, she said, y'all ain't pay me this money. So pretty much what's going on for everybody who's not paying attention to it, what's been going on with it, or just been seeing things on social media. What happened is that Scarlett Johansson did Black Widow, which I enjoyed the film. Some people didn't. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. But of course, they have for these big execs and this Disney and everybody else to get into these film industries, you have your contract and you have to abide by the rules of this contract. And what's going on right now, from what we've read and what we're coming to know, is that Disney, they released Black Widow not only in theaters but for streaming services because of the pandemic and how everybody has been running everything. But there is a big fine print saying that it's supposed to be a theatrical release, not release out to streaming services. So Scarlett said, "I'm not having it. I'm not for it. Y'all had my movie. Had to wait for like 2 years to get put out to the masses. We promoted this thing thousands times. I had to put in the work. I had to change my schedule for this to get this done. So much with it, man. So much with it. So yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well go see it in the theaters because $30 to watch it at home.
Yeah.
$10,
I mean,
$15 to watch it at your house. I mean, at the theaters.
yeah. Even on Tuesday nights, you go to a movie on Tuesday nights, pay $5 to
You know
watch
what I'm
it.
saying?
I mean,
Exactly.
You
it's,
know,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Well. Hey, man. The big giant Disney. They make mistakes,
Yeah.
and they tried it. They tried it,
they
and
Yeah.
did.
so somebody dropped the ball. And Kevin Feige, he spoke out and said he's embarrassed, and Disney need to make this right. Disney gonna make it right. They gonna make it. They gonna make it right. She's part of the original Avengers. And to be honest
Mhm.
with you, who had Marvel before Disney? Because Disney never all had Marvel. Marvel was what? Just Marvel? They
Marvel
didn't have
had
Marvel
Marvel.
anything else.
I
was
don't know.
Marvel had Marvel because there was a certain point in
Marvel
time
did, yeah,
where
because Marvel had Marvel. Disney wasn't a part of Marvel.
yeah, because what happened was is that Marvel had a certain amount of time where they were like losing some Mario coins, and if it wasn't for Blade, Wesley Snipes, shout out to Blade Wesley Snipes, for coming through and dropping that, and then I think it was it Fox I think was a part of it, so I think Fox had the some rights to it, I think because they were like struggling financially.
Mm-hmm.
And then Disney came in and took the ball and ran with it and
Saved the day.
had the finish. So it's kind of like, in all honesty, both helped each other. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Disney had more leeway, had more money with it because of what Marvel was going through. But it's just the fact that the way how Marvel is now, it's become so much of a powerhouse. It's like you need to, listen because they kind of help you out. So um,
Do you think Disney would still be Disney without Marvel today?
Mm, no.
yeah,
Well, they kind of Disney's in that recession-proof business because they in the kid business.
yeah,
I mean, of course, money wise, they straight. They straight.
yeah, they
They
good.
straight.
So
They good, and they are good.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, as far as stepping to that next stage of just not your average Toy Story
yeah,
or
yeah.
Monster Incorporated, and you know, because they didn't have Star Wars neither in the beginning.
No,
No, no, I don't think they did either. They got the
they
rights to
bought
that.
that. Yeah, they bought
Yeah,
Lucasfilms.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
even
bought
got
Lucasfilms,
yeah, they got
and
Lucasfilm. I didn't much know that they had Predator, the franchise too.
I
I
didn't
didn't,
know that.
yeah, I didn't find that out until I started looking into that new origin film that they're gonna put out, and the team from Predator is trying to go to court and get those rights so they can have that real R-rated, you know, films for Predator. So
So Disney owns a lot because I know they own ESPN too.
Yeah.
yeah,
They own ESPN, but to market because the movies and TV is where they started. So
mhm,
I honestly truly think that if it wasn't for Marvel, I don't think because Disney will always be just they are Disney, my
mhm.
son, my daughter. But now you got adults pushing and shoving kids over to watch the next Avenger
Yeah,
movie.
man. I mean, that's what it is. Kids rule the world, man. I mean, it's just, kids and, it's a lot that goes into it, man. And like I was saying earlier, when we was talking about this, it's, I know, even Denzel Washington came out and said something about, the studio he was working with on the little things. There's rumors saying that he about to sue. There's rumblings of Emma Stone, Cruella, that's Disney. She's on the fence of seeing if she should sue. And we just read something about Gerard Butler.
Oh,
He said,
nah, Gerard, not your
Gerard,
fight.
like Gerard, it is when you in class and everybody say we ain't do the homework, and then the one person that was like, yeah, I ain't do it either. Yeah, so we gonna get free credit for not doing that work. That's kind of like what it is, man. So there's a lot of people that's gonna come out and say something about this stuff, man. Um, Sit back and watch the
So what is
show.
Gerard? So what is Gerard Butler going to sue about?
I think it was Olympus was
Olympus has fallen.
one of he had like three of those Olympus has fallen movies, I think, came out.
Yeah,
3 or
I think that
4.
was the third one.
Who is he
Yeah.
suing?
Yeah. So I mean, whatever studio he was with, because you know, just like they've been streaming it. Same thing like how what was it? They just been streaming some of these films. They've been letting them out in theaters, and then you've been streaming it.
So the
through
country
the
is going
content.
to. So the country is going to sue Warner Brothers. Well, them actors in the countries are going to sue Warner Brothers.
Whoever they was with, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
they're gonna sue whatever studio. Yeah, try to sue and get some type of make that gap, because you know, it's a say for example, if your movie costs like 200 mil, I think that's how much Black Panther. I mean, not Black Panther, Black Widow was,
Right.
but you only made like a smaller margin over that. Like let's say you paid 200 million cost for the film, but your film made 300 mil. Okay, to us, yeah, okay, bet, but that's not. You need to go way ahead of to really get
To
some
see that
of that,
profit.
yeah, to get that good profit coming in. So so yeah, I mean, you think about it with yourself. Let's say for example, Mike, you know, let's say for example, you are that badass actor, and you know you known to gross this amount of money, and you know, but you filming during this pandemic time. So now, let's say for example, you off on set, you doing something else, you filming with Denzel Washington, with Marvel or something, or Disney, whatever, call you back, come refilm this, come, you know, stop what you're doing, come refilm this. So that's fees for like flying. That's your time wasted with your family. That's time wasted with, you know, doing other things that you could be doing. So, and people not really taking in consideration of that as well, because you are a person too. You know, you should be getting paid your amount. So you might get you putting your health on the line as well too, with traveling from a place that was probably great and good when you was with Denzel. They probably had the right procedure. You good, you great. But now you go back to this other location. Not saying that they did do this, but you go back to the other location. They're not following this procedure right. So now your health is probably at risk.
Yeah.
Now you spending more money. You know. So I'm like, so
It makes sense. It
you
makes sense.
might want to try to get as much as you can.
Hey,
So
get as much as you can while you can.
yeah,
Shout out to Black Widow.
yeah. Shout
She
out to
didn't
Scarlett Johansson.
she didn't let that Mickey Mouse intimidate her.
Yeah,
I need my money.
yeah, all of it. Don't send it to me through Cash App, because you can't do it like that way anyways. So you know,
Exactly.
I want all my coins.
Since we're on music, you know that Silk Sonic finally released another single called Skate.
Yep.
They released another single called Skate. It's has like that like skating ring vibes, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I'm not gonna be able to get into it because a long time ago I broke my ankle on the skates.
Uh-oh.
I'm good.
I remember
fam.
you told us about that, man.
I told you about that. Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
wife. Yeah.
Oh, and then shout out to Houston one time for the one time, because Beyonce. I don't know if y'all heard about this. Beyonce's Formation was named the best music video of all time by Rolling Stone.
Yes, sir.
Get out of here. All right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Best music video of all time. That's a big accomplishment.
Beehive.
Of
Buzz.
all time. Of all time.
If you come against her, they definitely get in formation and they come.
Yes, sir.
Don't come for us though. I'm cool with the Beehive.
Hey, I ain't like Trick Daddy. I'm not like Trick Daddy.
Yeah.
And also, we got to get into this. The baby.
He needs a pacifier.
They have been attacking the baby, big time, and people already would know. But the baby made some comment in the beginning of the show. Well, in the beginning of his show, how did it go? Anybody know how it went?
I can't remember the comment
about
verbatim.
the you mean
Yeah, he say put your lighters up in the air.
Yeah,
if
he
you
said put your
don't
phones
have
up in
any-
there.
Yeah. No, well, put your phones up in the air if you don't have any of those sexual transmitted deadly diseases that you're gonna die within 2 or 3 weeks. If you're not sucking dick in the parking lot, ladies, put your cell phone lighters in the air if your pussy smell like water. And it was, listen, the baby made a mistake, right? He said something, he made a mistake, and he apologized for it. But we live in this day and age where they're gonna drag it out. They're gonna drag it out, and they're gonna try to ruin the baby.
Yeah, they are.
And the baby is not even being bothered. Like
No.
he apologized and he's moving on. And he's really doing a show in Texas right now in Corpus Christi. So
Mhm.
I mean,
Well, you know, the baby. I mean, I know he apologized, but
Yeah.
it's also kind of the way you apologize. Like when he apologized, right? So the baby, when he apologized, he said, "I tell the fans to put a cell phone light in it, and y'all start a million man much." Also tweeted, he like, "I told y'all digested that wrong, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm impressed. Now show the same about amount of support when a racist cop killed one of our a black in not
Mhm.
one of y'all's or whatever." And he said, "Anybody who done ever been affected by AIDS and HIV, y'all got the right to be upset. What I said was insensitive, even though I have no intentions of offending anybody. So my apologies." But then he went on to say, "This is what got him. But the LGBT community, I ain't tripping on y'all. Do you? Y'all business is y'all business." And so, yeah, and so they kind of they felt attacked, that community,
Pretty much.
on that last part, because that's, even though he apologized to people that had that disease,
Mhm.
um, the community that's largely affected by that disease still took offense to it. And
Mhm.
so, it was like he was trying to. They felt like he was trying to minimize,
Mhm.
how big that is within their community. And
Yeah.
so it started this whole back and forth thing. So this is where the baby messed up. The baby should have just, after that apology, he shouldn't have responded to nothing else.
Just left alone.
Chris Brown even told him, just make your money, shut up. Because now he's gonna get hit with that bag. That bag is, but now he about to start feeling it, because now he's
Mhm.
losing gigs, he's losing sponsorship. Yeah, he still like got
Yeah.
shows.
I don't know too many shows. I know he's losing sponsorship when it come down to clothing line, and well, you're right. He is losing the show because he had a show, I think, like overseas.
Mm-hmm. And those are
Yeah,
big bags overseas. They love American music.
Yeah.
Like, so
right.
he's now he's starting to feel. You may see his tone change over next week, because that's, now that when that you start hitting your pockets, that hit different. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You just gotta be mindful of what comes out of your mouth. And
Yeah.
we
Basically,
said this before on this show 1,000 times. A second mistake will ruin you for like a lifetime.
yeah. And
You
don't let your
know,
pride get in your way.
yeah, don't let
Yeah.
no, yeah, don't let your pride get in the way. I don't think his intentions was to hurt anybody or
Yeah.
affect anyone or disrespect nobody. I don't think that was his intentions. And
Yeah.
I think cancel culture is whack.
Yeah, yeah. I think I
Yeah.
think between that, I think it's wrongs on both sides of the aisle. I think he's taking it too far, and I think people, the comments, I think people took it too far initially, as far as how
Yeah.
they came at him. Because I don't think he was trying to be negative. We've all been to concerts before. People,
Yeah.
rappers.
Just
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
yeah.
but then
Kind
on the other side of things, he needs to know, like, okay, this is getting out of hand. Let me instead of responding and fighting with every celebrity that come, it's just crazy.
you be all day with that, brother. All
Yeah.
day in your whole entire life. It's already out there in the open. It's kind of like with like saying the N word. Like, well, no, I ain't gonna say it. Like, well, yeah, like what's the name from Seinfeld? We just came out and said the N word. You gotta live with that bag.
Yeah.
What you did.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
do. Yeah, you do. Same thing with Kevin Hart and the tweets from old. Those tweets was
yeah, that's right.
old, and he was very ignorant at the time. He didn't know. No, I ain't gonna say, but it was a mistake. It was
Yeah.
something that he said was a mistake, and he apologized for it, and it cost him from hosting the Oscars.
Mm,
And it's like I know I already apologized for it. I'm not gonna keep apologizing for
yeah.
something that I have done in the past, and those tweets are old. So
Mm,
it, it's something that you got to deal with, something you got to live with. But like I said, I don't believe that the baby attentions was malice,
no.
but I mean he apologized for it. He don't have to deal with it.
No.
Yeah.
He's a very strong minded. person. He's gonna navigate through it, and just like everything else, people are gonna tend to forget. I'm trying to figure out how did that whole Eminem situation panned out back then, because boy, Eminem, you think that was worse. Speaking about what was said back then, you think that was worse. Eminem, Marshall Mathers LP back in the day, EP back in the day, the first. Oh, I'm not talking about Marshall Mathers 2. I'm talking about Marshall Mathers EP back in like early 2000s, 2003. Oh my God.
Man.
When Eminem was still on them drugs and
Man, when Eminem was Slim Shady. Because he got Eminem, then you have Slim Shady. That was Slim Shady.
Slim Shady didn't care.
Slim Shady did
straight up.
Slim Shady didn't care. I honestly think that's why they have got aggressive. I remember when he performed Stand on stage with Elton John, and that was big for him to do that. Because it was hammer time for
man.
That's why Walmart don't sell rap music.
Oh yeah, that is true.
I can't remember last time I bought something out of Walmart for music wise.
Yeah, and Walmart don't sell rap music, and that's another reason why Best Buy have rap music in the back. You got to go get it at the back.
You know that.
Rental advisory.
That's a whole other question anyway.
Yeah,
still buying CDs. We need to talk. I mean,
remember that big old case that you have, and you just flip through it. All your CDs land.
I used to have that visor, and I used to hate that because sometimes everything coming out. Like,
yeah, you just.
Or Bernie Mac back then, to get back to the stuff that was old Bernie Mac. Well, what you think they would have done to Bernie Mac?
I don't give
a man.
Bernie Mac.
Telling you, man. So it's like what Al Bundy, what he would got away with what he did with
marriage children. Al Bundy would have been out of there.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that we used to let slide back in the day, that wouldn't fly now.
No, it would not.
So early reviews are out. Yeah, early reviews are out for the Suicide Squad. James Gunn, man. They said this is it. So while Marvel got their whole situation going on, DC just over there with the popcorn and just eating. Like, we're gonna keep on putting out these good movies. Well, we had the Justice League, we got Shazam coming out. We got, so sorry, Marvel.
Black Adam,
yeah, rocking them, trying to get, so the time is now.
They're trying to come with it. They say, while they had them on the ropes, got a quick hook in,
Yeah.
So I will say this: don't go on the internet, because I just seen a big major spoiler. Don't go on the internet and look at Suicide Squad.
Really?
Just don't bother.
You want to Google it even more.
Don't Google it. Don't even bother, because I think I just seen something that spoiled it just a little bit for me. It's like,
gotcha. The Chris over there. Chris movie.
What?
but yeah, DC is but after Loki, it's like they battling for their number one, and the fans are enjoying it, because after Loki, it's like,
Yep.
Marvel back up one.
Marvel still got the edge, because we're talking about Loki, which is a TV show, compared to
a
movie. So
that's true.
they dropped Black Widow, but that was kind of in. That's like a standoff. But now Marvel's headed now after this Loki's TV. They use the TV show to set up the next set of movies, and we got Shang.
Bro, let's be real.
Let's
be real. Loki, one episode, 15 minutes scene that set off everything.
Yeah.
That's how Marvel's so cold with it, because they just was like, all right,
they like that. Yeah, that's Suicide Squad. That's a good movie.
Suicide Squad. Oh, okay. Was it Justice League Snyder Cut? I finally found it. All right, fine. Okay. All right.
Because everybody been talking about WandaVision, Captain America, and Loki. But these are just TV shows. We ain't even got into movies.
Exactly.
And then Justice League, they saying pretty much I should have let Snyder come back and finish this stuff off, but they not letting them do it. So
which is very stupid because that's dumb. I don't.
that's a lot of money
That is
on
a
the table.
yes, it
That you
is, and it's man, it would take DC up there because Justice League to me, I said Justice League is better than Endgame. Snyder cuts.
yeah,
That's just
Snyder
my
Cut was
personal
dope.
opinion. That Snyder cuts is whew,
That
tough.
Snyder Cut was
Well, no,
tough, man.
well, you know what though? When you think about it, because how long was Snyder Cuts?
2 4 hours.
Well,
4 hours.
when you think about it, um, Infinity War and Endgame was actually one movie. They just had to split it in half.
That
Mm-hmm.
is true. So it is 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, if you put them,
Well, 5 6 hours, because
yeah.
what both of them
Okay,
about 3 hours, I think.
no, by like 3 4 hours. No, it's 4 hours for sure for Endgame. No, yeah, if you put them together, it's 4 hours for Infinity War and Endgame for
Yeah,
sure. Because I
bro.
remember I was falling asleep.
Yeah, so it's all. It's really this one movie broken in two, and they got our
Yeah,
pockets twice.
Okay, but action wise, like boom, 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 boom. Each
I don't
scene,
know. I don't know.
I gotta give it to Justice League.
I don't know. Because when I think about it all as a whole, I'm like, that's tough. That's
because
tough.
this is a tough one, man. But I'm just like the happy fan that just sitting back enjoying the popcorn with the drink in the hand.
At the end of the day, we win. Yeah.
We all winners. We're all winners here. Let them battle it out and then have
Yeah,
y'all
go
keep.
there. We just sitting there like, oh, okay, okay.
It's like your parents saying, I'm gonna take them to Disney World. Well, I'm gonna take them to the other Disney World. You just like,
Okay.
okay.
I'm rocking with it.
Yeah, I'm rocking with it. I mean, hey, all right, y'all. We got a special guest coming up in here, man. Music Man, who's gonna be dropping some gems, man. This cool guy, Maven Gray. Y'all won't miss this. Stay locked in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest up in the building. I'm excited about this, man. This boy dropping gems before the interview gets started. So welcome, clap it in for Maven Gray, y'all.
Maven Gray, boy.
Hey, sir. Man, this dude right here, man. I just met this guy. This is what we 5 minutes in before we start recording. This dude dropping gems. I'm like, man, hey man.
Maybe for the show.
I mean, it's just in me, man.
No, you good, man.
That's a gift, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's something that I've always had. I've always had that gift.
Yeah.
Just to be able to, I don't know, man, just to take stuff and digest it and then give it back where it's digestible to others. That's just a gift. I'm gonna say it like this. I think that's my most natural gift.
Yeah.
Even music, I think music was something that was just I could express myself with, but speaking, motivational speaking, inspiring speaking, or whatever, however you want to call it, that was just that natural gift. I mean, at a kid, my biological father died when I was 4 years old,
Wow.
and so my mom, she took me to counseling. You know what I'm saying, over a course of like 3 or 4 years, and all of them came back with the same prognosis. It was like, look, for some weird reason, he knows and understands what's happening. He understands that his dad is gone. He understands this. But he's the most intellectual child I've ever met in my life. He literally was counseling me. This is, like I said, this is between 4 and 7 from counseling.
Yeah, I remember that story. I remember when you said that.
Wow.
So
yeah.
So it's always been that way. Like, even I'm just being real. Even the people that was around me, man, that was around me because I think at some point they were looking for guidance. And they just everybody I was like the center of the circle, if you could say that. It was like everybody knew each other from me. I was the person that was saying, hey man, let's have a boys' night. You know what I'm saying? The boys' night for me wasn't drinking and going clubbing. It was like, hey man, y'all come to the house, I'm gonna cook some food. We gonna chill, you know what I'm saying, sup with each other, you know what I'm saying, joke around, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, take that pressure off of you know, men having to do certain things like I gotta go to strip
Right.
club. I wasn't like that. I
No.
still don't believe in like for me, I know I'm probably and I hope I don't eat my words, but if I go to a strip club, it's gonna be for business.
Mm.
I don't believe in paying for blue balls. I'm just being real with it.
As you should.
Yeah.
You go,
I think
you know what I'm saying? You go into a strip club, you see a woman that's attractive, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to sleep with her, you know what I'm saying? But she might want to or whatever, but you're paying for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
like all of the whole dynamic of it is I never understood it. You
right.
know, now I can understand if you got a song and you're an artist, that's your, you know, that might be a way to get your music heard. But
Now speaking about your music,
huh?
me and Will, first of all, our backstory, we grew up together. This like my
Y'all know
brother. Huh?
he calling about my government name.
Oh my God. Maven.
You
Maven.
heard that right the whole time.
I
So
am. It's not even haven't even started good enough yet. Okay. Maven. Maven. Me and Maven, we grew up together. It's like my brother. Ain't like my brother. This is my brother.
Yeah.
But I never asked you, how did you get into music? Because I do remember that MySpace beat that you did off of 3 6 Mafia. Back in the
yeah,
day, you could put
tree and
music.
2G.
Yeah, you could put music on MySpace.
Yeah,
He did off of 3 6 Mafia beat. He put it on MySpace, and even then he had got views. And
yeah.
I wish that I could find it.
I
Find
don't
that
man.
beat.
And YouTube is up now, but you know it's for independent artists now. It's a totally they totally revamped it and stuff. Heck, I tried to find it, but I couldn't.
It's out there in
But
the cloud somewhere.
so, but to answer your question, um, I always could sing. I couldn't say I could rap, but I always could. You know, I had a little me on me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so when we was it wasn't until I was in I was always that kid that always beat on the tables and you know all of that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
I always had something in my head. But when I was in high school, went to Humble High, and actually one of y'all stars y'all had on here, Kibo,
Oh, yeah.
was actually at the time he was doing mixtapes and stuff in high school, and somehow, some way, well I won't say somehow, some way, um, he found out that I could sing. But I know how he found out because one day I was in class and I was, you know, man, you know, class is just kind of like boring or whatever, and I just started kind of like singing. This
Yeah.
girl heard me sing, then all of a sudden, word started getting around in school. Hey, everybody called me Big Will in school. Man, Big Will could sing such and such and such. So word got around to Kibo, evidently, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you know, I do mixtapes and stuff like that. Would you like to get on the song?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying." So that's how that pretty much happened. Did the song got so much recognition. Shout out to Kibo, appreciate you. And that kind of just started me with the passion, you know what I'm saying? Like that I actually could do it, you know what I'm saying? And I just been doing it ever since. So yeah, so that's the answer.
That's what's
Man,
up, man.
it seemed like that school y'all went to, man. There was a lot of talent came up out of there.
It was, bro. It was. When we look back at and that's just two
Yeah, cause
that I could tell you, but it was, bro.
I look at Kibo and Maven and
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people
yeah,
that now are doing a lot of things, but you know, it's weird because all of us are doing it in our 30s.
Now in
yeah,
our 30s, I know.
I don't know
yeah.
nobody that came straight out of high school and was like, man, I'm on it. It's like, you know, it was like all of us had to take that time to find ourselves. Even Victor Fields, the owner of Chicken Heads. Shout out to Vic.
Mm.
Um, he owns Chicken Heads in Porter, man, and dude makes like I forgot what it's called, like halal chicken, but it's like Kansas City kind of chicken. I don't know how to explain it, but it's off the chain. Y'all need to go try it.
Yeah.
It's in Porter. Y'all just look up Chicken
I
Head.
keep hearing about it. I gotta make
I
my
know
way
I
out
be
there.
Yeah,
seeing.
yeah.
I mean, and it's blowing up, and it's been open for a little bit now, but since it's been in Porter, man, it's been crazy. I've done videos for him because I'm also a videographer. And I learned that craft from shooting my own videos. I got tired of paying people to, you know, and I'm like, dude, the turnaround, you know, it's like, man, the turnaround be like, you know, 2 months and 3 months. And I'm like, dude, why can't I do it myself? So,
Yeah.
Chris E10, Chris, he came
yeah,
from Farmwood. Yeah, Chris,
yeah, he
Dog
went to
Face Clothing
Farmwood
Line.
too.
He
But
went
it
to
was 4
Farmwood
of us
too.
though. Wasn't it 4 of us? It was
Yeah,
me, you, Chris ETN, and what's his name?
Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah,
There you go. Anthony Dennis, yeah.
yeah. So
So yeah, man, it's crazy, man. But
Man, I'm about to say, nah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you
But
good.
tell me about, so like I said, I was jamming your music throughout this weekend, and especially last night, trying to get ready for the show, man. And so I was like, man, this dude, like, just jamming. And then I came across the Dragon Ball Z one.
Okay.
And so like I'm looking at the graphics and the how everything. I'm like, man, this dude, like, this dope. I'm like, I never heard anybody freestyle or rap about anything Dragon Ball Z up until then. And it was just
Yeah.
dope. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm going back to my old teenage days. Like I had hair. Like I'm about to turn to Super Saiyan right now, bro. Like I'm
Yeah.
about to old beard or something like that, man. So that was dope, man. So did you always have, like, love for anime?
Oh yeah, but weirdly enough, I didn't have love for Dragon Ball Z. I
Yeah,
didn't have love for Dragon Ball Z until I got older.
gotcha.
And then actually, the artist that I actually did the song with, his name was Worthy Everett. He the one who kind of he was in my circle as well, friends, and
Yeah.
he was the one who kind of put me on to Dragon Ball Z. And I was like, man, because when I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was younger, I thought it was the dumbest show. Because I'm like, why is this dude screaming for an entire 30 minutes? Okay. Like that was my logic on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until when I got older and he kind of reintroduced me to it,
Yeah.
it was like, okay, it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Then I actually started to like it. Another comparison was MASH. Y'all gonna laugh at me now. Now I'm showing my age a little bit. I used to thought MASH was the dumbest show.
Yeah. Yeah. We know that. Yeah. My
Now it's
stepdad.
my
it
favorite
still
show.
is. It still is.
I watch, man. I watch MASH, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I think it's one of those things that you don't get until you mature.
Right.
You know, because when you start to see that, the whole dynamic of things change as your perception changes.
Yeah.
You know, so MASH, the same as Dragon Ball Z, it started to resonate with me because then I started to learn about, energy and chakras and all of that kind of stuff. You know, I stopped
Wow.
looking towards religion and I started looking towards spirituality.
Mm.
Wow.
And that's when my life, man, just changed, man. Like really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What's
yeah.
that? What's that? You got that song with Trust Your Process, right?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
released that song, man. I was
Yeah.
holding on to that song, man, probably about a good, man, honestly, about 2 years.
Yeah.
The guy who I did the song with, was still growing.
Yeah.
And I was at that place where I had already built myself to a point where I was able to create music and put it out.
Yeah.
Because, man, just to get our little backstory, man, I used to be in a group called the Elite 2. And this was my old best friend. And I was in that group for like 10 to 12 years.
Yeah.
And in 12 years, we got out one mixtape, one, and one album, which was it's called Vices. And I was kind of like on the verge of like kind of gospel, not gospel, because I was kind of raw for gospel. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But I was trying to still meet that narrative of my family and what they found acceptable. You know what I'm saying? So I was on that line, you know what I'm saying? So when that stuff happened, I realized when me and the other guy, that went south, it was like, man, all the equipment was his, but all of the music, written music, lyrics was mine. So we talking about 200, 300 songs in, written. So I was like, man, I got a choice, and it was actually my wife, shout out to my wife, that actually kind of put something in perspective from a question. She said, "Are you done?" And That probably was one of the most influential questions anybody had ever asked me.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, I can't give you an answer right now. I said, I need some time to let that marinate.
Right.
And it was about a week. And I just thought about it. And I said, and I just came to it when I was ready, and I was like, I said, babe, I haven't even given my music a chance to be anything. I said, I had so much responsibility on other people that couldn't even see themselves past where they were.
Right.
I said, so I'm gonna have to do it now.
Yeah.
You know, and so I did. I said my goal was to make sure that I never needed anybody again. And I know that sounds selfish or whatever, but that was my goal.
No.
And within 8 months, I accomplished it.
Hey, that's what's up,
I
man.
learned, I learned how to produce. I learned how to engineer. I learned how to mix and master. I learned how to record myself, and that's just the technical part. That wasn't taking on the debt for the computer, taking on the debt for the program, taking on the debt for those things. You know, I had good credit at the time. I ain't gonna lie. I was able to go to Guitar Center and apply for a card, and they're like, man, you got a $3,000 limit. I was like, all right, well, let's get it. So
It's funny how God does things, man, because he'll take you on. He lets you go through certain stuff because he wants you to learn certain
yeah,
things in that moment. You know what I'm saying? And so in that process, that's also growth, right? And
yeah,
and nobody sees your vision like you see your vision that he
right,
gave to you. And so once you came out of that situation, now you kind of learned a few things. Now you put that vision and you executing it, and man, big ups, man.
yeah. And it's just been a journey
Yeah.
ever since then. And that's why I can appreciate people that's doing like y'all, you know what I'm saying? I can appreciate what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Because evidently y'all wouldn't be doing it if y'all wasn't passionate about it. You know, I know
Yeah.
Mike too, you know what I'm saying? I know Mike the most personal, but I know him, you know what I'm saying? That's something that he's always had an interest in, something he's always wanted to do. And, you know, when you have people around you and they start doing those things, you know, that they're passionate about, and you start to see like, man, I'm on my journey, they on their journey, such and such is on their journey, so on and so forth. And it's like, man, I'm not the only one, you know, and that's why I think, you know, it's the battle is not with anybody else, it's with ourselves. Because once I started, I always had this leading question in my life. And the question was, I grew up very religious. So I grew up being a minister. You know, my mom was a minister, quote unquote, prophet for God and all of that good stuff. So I grew up, you know, like that, you know, heavy in it. And I remember this prayer meeting I went to, and I was speaking. And this woman came to me and she was crying and stuff like that. And she told me her story and everything. But I found her attractive. Now I'm keeping it 100 all the
Ain't
way.
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Ain't
When
nothing wrong with it.
and I'm like this, right? So this was my first understanding of what true power was. Because here's this woman that's my literally probably like very close to my dream woman looking.
Yeah.
And she's vulnerable and coming to me for answers. I could have told this woman not to eat something for a week and she would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized at that moment I could sway what I was gonna say to try to holler at her in a certain way.
Mm.
See, and that was a wake-up call for me. And I said, man, this is power. And I said, I don't want that kind of power over people.
Right.
Right.
And after that, I stopped ministering. Man, I used to go and minister. I'm just gonna be keeping 100 with you. I would go and minister with my mom, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I'd make $300, $400.
Man.
300 to $400.
Yeah,
How many
And I would,
times?
The Andrews house was nothing to play with.
you know, but the
Going
thing is that
there.
And
you
how many
would
times
have
did you? I'm sorry, my
okay.
bad. I was about to say, how many times did you do that throughout the week? Like you say, you was just going to minister and you would make
No, no,
300.
no. Because my mom was a minister. See, this is the thing.
Yeah.
You got people that have a gift, and then you got people that has to act like they have the gift through knowledge.
Mm.
See, I didn't have to act. See, because I was, even when I didn't understand a lot of things spiritually, man, that was things that I would tell people, and I had never seen it in the Bible, but they would come back and say, "Oh, this thing that you told me during the prayer meeting, that's in Isaiah 5, whatever." It's
Yeah.
like, okay. I was always tapped in on a different level spiritually than a lot of people around me, because I was there. I'm gonna be real with you. I was that kid in school that everybody thought was weird. Like, he's cool, but I can't hang with him because he too much on. I'm trying to go and party and get drunk, you know what I'm saying, and be promiscuous and all this kind of stuff. And I'm
And
like,
I was the one that wanted to party and drunk and be
you know, yeah. But I was like, hey, you know, you do your thing, you know. But see, the thing is, I realized too that was very poignant in was that religion, and I'm saying it that way. Religion teaches you to judge. They teach you to have an idealism of other people that is contradicting to what they teach you. Because I was Christian, I was Baptist, I was born Catholic. So I've been, you know, a couple, and they all teach you the same thing. But the thing is that we all have our own creative gifts. We all have, we're our own entities. Now, I'm not gonna get too deep in how I believe, but it's not religion. Because the thing is that this all goes back to the leading question I've had in my life.
Yeah.
And that was, how come there's rich atheists, but there's poor Christians? And when I started to really search for that answer, man, that changed my life forever. And I've been on this journey for about 4 years. That's when my whole life changed.
So when you hit your 100 song, like that's like a big accomplishment, big accomplishment for you. And I remember, Maven, got it right this time. I remember when I talked to you, you was like, man, I get paid from my royalties, like my songs pay me. So like, speak on that, because for up and coming artists that's trying to get their music out and get paid off their royalties, because everyone, well, in the South they're starting to break that, and then the culture has started now in the rap game to where you don't need a big major label, you can go independent. So talk to us about about your trainings.
So I think that there's levels to everything. I'm gonna say it like this, like Tebow. Tebow is an inspiration to me because Tebow's catalog of music is, I mean, ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Tebow is making such, I would think, good amount of money from his gifts.
Right.
Okay. I mean, dude is killing it on Fiverr. See, like, it's crazy because he messaged me the other day when I had posted about the 100 song, and he was like, man, that's inspiring. And I'm like, dude, you inspiring me. Because I'm like, dude, when I went to his Fiverr, dude, and Tebow has like probably, and I hope I'm not exaggerating, at least 10, 15 to 20 different gigs on Fiverr. And each one of these mugs has like 5,000 orders. Dude, and you looking at the prices of his service, dude is making bank. Okay? But he didn't start out that way.
Right.
We all have this starting point. So just like right now, I'm at 100 songs in, and this is just my starting point. You know, some people, it might be 5 songs, but to me, I'm like, dude, I was that person, like I told y'all, I had 300 and something songs with the other guy. The majority of the tracks was his. So guess what I started to do? I said, man, I'm not gonna pay him for work that he didn't do. So I said, I can produce now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking all these songs that I wrote, and I'm gonna start producing them myself. So I'm getting 100% of everything.
Right.
See, people have this concept of, like, I don't know if y'all seen that movie about McDonald's, about the we had
with
the guy.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah. See, like, so, like, at the end of the movie, like, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, you know, basically the people who originally started McDonald's got screwed. Real talk. They got, excuse my friend, they got fucked. But you have this concept of people that will look at it only one way.
Mm.
They will look at it as, oh, well, he screwed them over, such and such and such, right? But what it truly is people, the people that are still in victimhood will look at it that way. Because I believe you can only be two things in life. You can either be a creator or a victim, but you cannot be both.
Mm.
Come on, man.
Because if you're a creator, that means that the circumstances that you are going through, the things you are loving to experience, and the thing that you don't love to experience, is you creating it. See, when you look at life that way, you start to see that, okay, this person couldn't have screwed me if I knew how to protect myself. These are two people that had a great idea but didn't want to learn the business. This is the same thing in music. I got 100 songs out right now, right? So I don't even have to drop no more music. Like, I'm just being honest. I do not have to drop no music. I could take one song, and just keep on marketing it, keep on marketing it, keep on marketing it until it blows.
Well, give me y'all free game out there, man.
Once that happens, every single thing that I've done is gonna start paying me money. See, I read this book. Matter of fact, I'm reading it again by Russ. It's called Get Out of Your Head. And if you're an artist, man, you gotta check that book out. It's awesome. But to go back real quick to that story, I look at that story both ways. I feel like if they didn't know enough about the business, they shouldn't have put themselves in a position to get used or to get taken advantage of.
You're talking about the artists. You're talking about the artists. Okay.
Well, I'm talking about both because it's both. Those people who created McDonald's or the system of McDonald's had a vision.
Okay.
But they didn't want to learn the business.
Gotcha.
Music is the same exact thing, bro. You have this creative part of music, but then you have this whole business part. It's called music business for a reason.
Yeah.
So before I got somebody that come and say, hey man, I want to sign you to my label, which I have had offers. I'm like, dude, what are you gonna offer me that I can't offer myself?
Right.
I produce, I songwrite, I engineer, I do my own artwork, I shoot my own videos. From this room right here, from what y'all see behind me, I go from start to finish.
You're a man of many talents, bro, and that's dope, man.
That's truly a like what you just said. I always tell people in the creative spaces, be a student of your art. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from top to bottom.
Dropping some gems, bro. We're gonna just a little bit more. We're gonna get you out of here, man. I know you busy, man. But yeah, man, you dropping some gems, and I'm looking forward to go back and watch this because I'm just over here like mentally taking it in, and I'm like, same time trying to like wait, hold on. But yeah, man, that's dope, man. So my last question for you is how do you hope that your music, what do you hope that your music does with the audience that listen to you? You hope it inspire people, or how do you feel what your music could do for people that tune in and listen to you, man? Because you got some good shit, man. Like no lie, bro.
What I would like my music to do is to paint a real picture to people that we're not one-dimensional.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was raised in the hood. Fontaine is a hood. Okay?
Yeah.
Dude, real talk, drug dealers, dudes getting killed, all of that.
But
I never saw myself as that kind of person. Even though my own stepfather was a drug dealer. I'm just gonna keep it 100. And he was Nigerian. Dude was big in the game. I didn't saw this dude come in with drugs duct taped around his body. Okay? Yeah, this is before, this is back in the day. But I done seen all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I could have been just like that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that there was always something that was in me that was like, dude, I don't want to live that way. Because it's just weird. I saw it all the time. I would come back from school, man, this dude cooking crack in the kitchen. I'm keeping it 100, using the triple beam balance and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't express that. I've expressed it in my music like maybe like twice. because I think I don't want to glorify that. What I want to glorify is us being creators. Because I believe that we all are. All of us are creators. I believe we were created by the creator of all creators to creation. Being an Uber driver for 2.5 years until I had my 2 seizures that made me stop, man, I picked up wealthy people, bro. Like wealthy. I'm talking about I didn't pick up somebody where there was like, a gated community where that's like, 2 guards in the front with ARs. Okay, they ain't playing. We talking about money.
Yeah.
And this person, I'm picking up this person because they want to make sure that they get picked up in a nice car. You know what I'm saying? I got a Kia Optima, man. But it's an ES, so they like, man, I got the little air conditioning in the back and the plug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I done had conversations with people from all walks of life. When I say all, I'm talking about from people that was clearly on drugs. I'm just being real. Picking them up at 3 o'clock in the morning, Ubering to somebody when I picked up this lady, man, there's a Lamborghini Aventador, a Rolls Royce, and a Bentley in the front. And I have a conversation with this lady. She paying me $100. $100. That's just my cut from Uber. They take a good portion.
Yeah.
To take her to Bush and have a conversation with this lady, and this lady is unhappy. Have a conversation with the person that's on drugs. Clearly, they unhappy. I realized through all of these rides that I did, it was over 5,000 rides. Over 5,000 rides, because I did Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
The correlation that I realized with people is that people are unhappy because they are not doing one thing. Y'all can guess what that is?
What they want to do.
They want to do.
What they want to create.
Man, it's crazy you mentioned that because we just had a conversation about that earlier today. Just as far as just working at our jobs and just doing what we want to do. As far as are we happy with our jobs, like and so it's funny how it always amazes me how things kind of come back around in conversation like that, man. That's crazy.
But I will say this: when I came back from Miami, I was supposed to go to a video shoot that you did on the rooftop, and that Sunday.
I think that was Super Saiyan.
Yeah, and had to go to work, and I remember I was in working or whatever, and I looked at my Instagram and I saw just the story, and I'm like, look at. I'm gonna call you by your government name. Look at Will, man. Like, bro, like if nobody don't know your story, I know your story. Cause I seen it up and close. And it's like, wow, man. I remember when guy was this and that and the third. And it didn't turn into like, you got some people that be jealous. Then you got some people that embraces that, like, that's my son walking across the stage. That's how I felt. And but it wasn't like demeaning him as my son, but it was like I'm so proud. Like I'm proud because I remember where this all started from. You see what I'm saying? So from
you seen a full picture.
I seen the full picture. Seen the full picture. I remember when in high school, and this is not to down my brother. I love my brother dearly, but it's just to show you where we all came from. I remember I used to have all these shoes in my closet. And I remember I told my mom, I say, man, I'm gonna give Will some of these shoes. You remember that? I said, man, that's my boy, man. I said, I'm gonna give Will some of these shoes. Because my mama would keep me with shoes, but they wouldn't be like no Jordans or nothing like that. But they were shoes nonetheless. And I was like, man, I gotta give these to my brother. I gotta give these to him and give these to him and give these to him. And it was because I wanted him to share the same that I got. So that's how close we was. So when I saw that, I think that was the start with me with acting. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Because if Will can come from where he came from, man, I know it's possible. It's very much possible.
You know what's crazy? Since not knowing that story now, you're actually the reason now. That story is probably what inspired this show. Because this show wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that pushing Mike into acting, Mike called me up and say, let's go to a mixer. That's where we met James at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, a few months
Yeah.
later,
Oh,
say,
your
hey,
name is James. Okay.
Yeah.
My middle name is James.
Yeah.
What?
William
What's up?
James. Yep.
What's up, King? Man, yeah, man. It's
Yes, sir.
that's crazy, dude. I
Yeah, man.
that's dope how we just
Yeah,
all
that
inspired.
that is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it pushed that. Yeah, because I remember I was fed up with the job. I was like, I'm calling in. Because I was messing with because Chris, you remember the other guy.
yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
Chris, you remember the other guy. I'm not gonna mention his name on
Do I know the other guy?
No, you don't. You don't know
Okay.
the other guy. But like
Okay.
I said, he started to spark, but it didn't work out the way how I wanted it because he was more in tune with himself. But
Uh-huh.
that's how James came along. Because I was like, you know what? It gotta be other people that's in the industry in Houston that's trying to make it. Then we met James, me and Chris. And
Right.
here we are.
Yeah.
O'Shea and all the other stuff that came with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all
But
works out.
I love to see that, man. Especially being men, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
things now are changing for creators because before we used to be those oddballs, and we still are those oddballs. But now it's I remember saying this line in my song. I said, haters want to watch us fall while they watching with a long neck.
Mm.
Ooh,
So
come on, man.
they they looking, hoping for you to fall, but you know that you're gonna fall because that's part of the process.
Right.
But they don't even have the inspiration to even try to fall.
Mm.
So I'm okay with people watching. Keep watching me. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But I realize too that the power is in the vulnerability. Being open with yourself, number one, and it's excuse my friends, but fuck everybody else who's scared to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when I can tell you that I didn't have seizures, but I also can sit right here and tell you, man, I did 100 songs by myself. I
Yep.
didn't have one person to help me write one song.
Nope.
Mm.
I didn't have one person mix and master one of my songs. I didn't have one person help me do my artwork for it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just comes to the process, to that place within your process that you like, dude, I'm a army within myself. I cannot open certain doors, but me and God got a thing going on. And when it's time, that door gonna be open.
Right.
So
Man,
that's
appreciate you,
it.
brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you dropping them gems. Thank you for the inspiration. All
Thank
that.
you.
Like the boys are dropping gems. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
look,
man.
man, this guy is great, man. It's cool. Man,
Man, I appreciate y'all. I really do.
appreciate you,
Now,
man.
now, now, Maven, I can't let you go until
Uh-huh.
I share a story. Okay. All
Uh-oh.
right, because we
What's
got
the
plenty
story?
of stories. Me and my
What's the
dogs.
story?
Story time with Mike.
I had a
Oh.
story with Kibo. I had a story with Sherelle. Now it's story time. Me, the adventures of Will and Mike. We should make a movie. Okay, so I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. It's years ago. I'm a grown man now. I can't get in trouble. You remember? We had got in trouble at school. We was in high school, right?
Uh-huh. You better not
We
be
was
talking about Saturday class.
yeah,
Oh my God, man.
yeah. So it was. I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and Will hatched this plan because we was just some hard heads in high school, right? Them
We
white
got
folks.
in trouble. We used to get in trouble for fighting each other.
Yeah, fighting each other.
Yeah.
It
I
was
just have to add that.
it was in either middle school or ninth grade. It was one of the two. But long story short, so we had Saturday class, and I remember Will was like, "Man, I can't." Maven, he said, "I can't let my mom know about this, man. I'm gonna get my ass whooped." I said, "I can't let my mama know about this shit neither." So we both hashed the plan, right? And it went perfect.
And
So
this shit worked too.
and it worked. So he said, "All right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna tell my mom that we have to go and audition for this play, and you go tell your mom that we got to go and audition for this play." So me at the time, I was just an overthinker. I'm like, man, this shit ain't gonna work. But Will
Intellectual. I told you.
Maven had the plan. He had the plan, and it was like a heist. You know, like Tony Stark and everybody's getting it together to say this how we're gonna take the Infinity Stones. And I'm the negative one. I'm like, this shit ain't gonna work. But I'm gonna go through it anyway. So I woke up. I said, Mama, that night. I said, Mom, I gotta go to the high school because me and Will have to audition for this play. And I remember Will was like, say, bro, I don't have a ride. So how I'm gonna get there? So I said, so that's when you was like, well, tell your mom to come pick me up. I was like, damn, this shit definitely is not gonna work. so
It makes it more believable.
Exactly. So I was like, yeah, me and Will, and she was like, okay, well, where's his mom at? I said, well, she have to work. And she was like, oh, okay, well then I'll do it. So she came, she picked up Will, and she picked me up, and we went, and she said, call her whenever it was done. So we had D Hall or something, and it went on for about like
Saturday class,
Saturday class. We was in trouble. So we went through it for like an hour or 2 hours or however long we had to be there.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a couple hours.
Then at the time we didn't have any cell phones, so you know we had to do and call. And so I called my mom. She picked us up, and she took us to McDonald's. She asked us. She said, "Did you get the part?" Will. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, we ain't get the part.
No, man, we didn't.
And I'm like to myself, I can't believe this is gonna work, but in the eyes of God, we're gonna pay for this shit. We gonna pay for this shit.
That shit worked. And like I told y'all, I was always the intellectual one to come up with some shit.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even remember that story until when he started to say like the beginning parts of it. I was like, damn, we did do that shit.
Yeah, we did. I remember I came home that Saturday and it would look like it was gonna rain, and I went in my room and played on the game, and I'm like, I cannot believe.
Bro, I don't even think still to this day they know.
They don't. If my sister watches, she follows the show. So when she watched this interview, then she'll know. Because she was in the passenger side, remember? She was right there with us. She's like, well, good luck when we got out of the car. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, I remember that. Man, one last thing, Mike. Do you remember the first time I seen Angela?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Funwood. It was in Funwood.
This is funny. This is absolutely hilarious.
He had a crush on my sister, and I was walking to the car, and at the time my sister was in high school and we was in elementary school.
Yeah, no, this is weird, real weird. I don't mean to cut you off, but we both have sisters 7 years apart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Single both parent, no father.
No father. Yep.
Same household is the same.
Yep. Same dynamic. So I just had to throw that in so y'all can see how ironic that was.
Yeah, it is. And he liked my sister. And I remember I told my sister, no, we went to a Rice game because I was in the band.
There you go.
I was in the band and he was playing on the football team. And I remember he looked back at me like it was a movie. I like your sister. What?
Like
he said, I like your sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know you're gonna watch this. I'm sorry. But yeah. I'll tell you how.
That's funny. Will and Mike. And my mama till this, I remember, bro, she was like, oh, William is so sweet that night. I'm like, mama, you just don't know.
I am. I'm a sweet person, but when it came down between an ass whooping or a lie, it was at that time. Man.
You know what? Y'all should just take them some McDonald's just because whatever they like. Just like this because.
That is hilarious.
I'm gonna go to my mama's house today and I'm gonna be like, Mama, you remember that Saturday class? Remember, we really had Saturday class.
Don't you do
we
that?
was in trouble.
Don't. Yeah, you
Don't
gotta
do that. No, you
take it
I know
wrong.
she probably gonna say, I knew it. I knew it.
I knew something was wrong with y'all.
Exactly.
No, you
She
didn't.
ain't gonna admit it. She ain't gonna admit it.
Oh my gosh, man.
Before we let you go, definitely want you to drop your social media where people can follow you. They can hear your music at. Let us know.
All right, so the name is Maven Gray, MavenGray. You can Google me. That's on everything. iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, every major platform my music is on. My Instagram is Maven Gray the same. People don't really be on Facebook like this. I ain't even say Facebook, but it on Facebook is Maven Vesper Gray, which is my old artist name. But yeah, y'all check me out, man. 100 songs in, I got a catalog. So if you love one song, I guarantee you there's gonna be some more that you're gonna love. So give me a chance, man.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you again, King. Many blessings to you.
Y'all too.
Keep doing what you do, bro.
I will.
And
y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all inspiring, man.
Man.
And next time y'all do some acting or something, man, y'all let me know. I'll come through. I want to check y'all out too.
Okay.
We'll do.
Yeah,
Before we let you go, you dropped the video with us here today, so we want you to introduce it. The Too Hard.
Too Hard with the Flex, featuring Lil Bug, fellow Umbler.
Fellow Humble. He from Humble too.
Love the song, man. It was just one of those vibes, man. Just being too hard with the flex, man. You gotta flex on them. But don't, be prideful, be you, love yourself, put you first, self-preservation. Too hard with the flex. Here we go.
I'ma stand on their necks as I'm counting these checks. Yeah, a nigga got dicks. I'm too hot with the flex. I'ma stand on their necks as I'm counting these checks. Yeah, a nigga got dicks. I'm too hot with the flex. What's understood ain't gotta be explained. Yeah, I'm living my dreams. We are not the same. Said I came. Hey, man, got the world seasick right my way. What I started will never be a game. Watch your mouth when you mention my name. Riding with 80 on them 84 swing. The slab candy green as we swerve lane to lane. Feeling like an alien. Counting is green. Maven Gray on the shirt with designer jeans. $1,000 bottles, Polaris up on my feet. Cartier on my wrist, Cartier's on my eye. To cool me down from the heat. I'ma stand on their necks as I'm counting these checks. Yeah, a nigga got dicks. I'm too hot with the flex. I'ma stand on their necks as I'm counting these checks. Yeah, a nigga got dicks. I'm too hot with the flex. I play broke on your hoes and got my cash bigger. Stepping on the dicks, I wanna see 8 figures. Hey, fuck being nicks, I'm the nigga up in her. Why you on the phone trying to take her out for dinner? I keep these women thinking he's so childish, but I don't give a fuck, a nigga stay wildin'. One deep by myself, I'm surviving. Because that money everywhere like Verizon. Better reach out and nigga go get it. Better love my city man, squad bitch. Gotta stay in shape, watch your fitness. Because I hate her like to be an eyewitness. To everything that you're doing out here. They don't wanna see you shine, they want tears. The main reason why a nigga play the field. So stay the fuck out my way on the real. I'ma stand on their necks as I'm counting these checks. Yeah, a nigga got dicks. I'm too hot with the flex. I'ma stand on their necks as I'm counting these checks. Yeah, a nigga got dicks. I'm too hot with the flex. I'ma stand on their necks as I'm counting these checks. Yeah, a nigga got dicks. I'm too hot with the flex. I'ma stand on their necks as I'm counting these checks. Yeah, a nigga got dicks. I'm too hot with the flex.
into this one, man. Acting a fool, always making history. Always, man. I'm telling you, when we get this DBA, man, y'all gonna get this merch, man. And it's gonna say God was with you that day. Well, for some of these people.
Well, let's see if God wasn't with you that day, or maybe God was with you that day. We don't know. I haven't heard the stories up until now, so we're gonna find out.
Yes,
All
indeed.
right. So well, I'm not gonna tell you where, but let's say they're calling it the Lamborghini of walls. Thomas Fisher, that's the guy's name. He's looking for someone to buy the $30 million wall bordering the United States. So in 2020, what happened was 50-year-old Tommy Fisher, he completed a 3-mile wall at the U.S.-Mexico border in Texas, and now it's up for sale. He made about 15,000 steel posts, spaced at 5 inches apart, and runs along the Rio Grande River, creating a private boundary between the U.S. and Mexico. He said he started to build the wall as a personal project when Donald Trump was elected as president in 2016. And he was like, this would really be fun. This would be a project that would be remembered like the Hoover Dam. And so now he faced a lot of criticism over the construction, and people were saying it was too close to the river, poorly designed, and it can cause more flooding in the area. So it seems like the wall caused more issues than it's worth. And so now he's hoping that the federal government or somebody will come in and buy it and take over the wall to control the border.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brother.
Mm-hmm.
So people got too much time on their hand. 2020, people got too much time on their hand. It was COVID. I don't know.
He really could have utilized that time better, and that money could have been spent elsewhere.
Okay, he's got to be from Texas.
Yeah, Rio Grande, Texas.
Okay, so he got to be Rio Grande, Texas. All right, well, there you go. Rio Grande, Texas.
That was like
he got to be from Texas. I mean, shit. I don't know what to say about that one, but that's.
Oh, you know what to say about it.
All that money.
All that money.
You wasted all of that money on that, and I'm hoping that somebody from FBI or maybe somebody come get it.
It's like he was pledging for a fraternity that didn't want him. He did all this stuff to try to get in, and they was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So this man just sitting on a wall that he built and put all that money in.
And then they say in the area it's causing increased flooding and all that. It's causing more hurt than harm to the area.
So he's going to get fined. Though that's money on top of money. He's going to get fined for that.
Let Donald Trump hype him up.
People got money. People got.
Last time Donald Trump hyped somebody up, they all went to the Capitol. We saw that happen.
They handing out felonies, boy. they handing out felonies.
Oh my god!
They locking people up for that.
Dude, that's money. How much money he spent on it again?
He spent. The asking price is $30 million.
So he must have spent.
No, he said he spent $30 million. I'm corrected. Yeah.
He spent $30 million. I'm mad, bro. You retire. What does he do for a living? What is his name?
Obviously, he got money because $30 million. I mean,
yeah.
Back in early 2019, an organization called We Build the Wall paid Fisher's company, Fisher's Industries is his company, which is they paid him $6.9 million to build half a mile section of the wall in New Mexico. But then Fisher began construction in 2019 on the second portion of the wall in Texas when he received the additional $1.5 million. And then he parted ways with the organization and continued building the second wall, which increased the cost to $30 million, 20 times more than the original estimate. So it was originally estimated to be less than half of that. What does he do for a living? Because
whatever he does for a living is out of my tax bracket.
Way out of my tax bracket.
Is out of my tax bracket.
Dude, so
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh, man, this dude, how stupid can you be? These some dumbass people. We be finding, man.
Oh, this is where he got the money. With his work of walls behind him, Fisher obtained more than $2 billion in contracts from the Trump administration, despite the issues of his designs and poor construction. But since the Biden administration took office, the production of the border wall development was paused.
Oh, wait,
So
wait,
Trump was giving out $2 billion.
wait, wait, wait. Oh,
Trump gave him $2 billion.
He had a government contract for $2 billion.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Crazy. That's federal money. That means he could have paid himself, like, I'm gonna pay myself $2 million. I could have paid the staff on the low. That's crazy. See, that's why it's important people to vote. Gotta vote. Your taxpayer dollars, see what it, is wasted. You see where
very, very important. That's just a waste of money.
Waste of money. And you made somebody a millionaire in the process. Because he have to pay that back. Use it as long as he's spending it on what it's supposed to be spent on, and he say, "Oh, I paid my staff this much. I paid myself this much." I have an understanding how those things work.
So this is the wealthy PPP loan version of being wealthy, but you spent it on a damn wall.
I don't know about that.
I mean, yeah, it's
like it's more like a grant.
Well, yeah,
like a federal grant.
It sounds to me that he didn't have to do too much for no PPP. He just got it.
Yeah, that is true. Now you think you just straight up ask. You let that man, don't let that man pump you up and get shot out here, Day.
I need to evaluate my friends, because if my friends can't give me $2 billion, you're not my friend.
Well, I do have another story, y'all. Okay.
Oh.
So we're gonna go to a certain state here, where a man who jumped over a gate of the range of the Jaguar exhibit and at a certain zoo, at a city zoo and gardens on this past Wednesday, his hand got stuck in the pen and was clawed by one of the big cats.
Oh, hell no.
The fire and rescue team that rescued him described the guy as being in his 20s. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, but the witnesses say the man was egging on the jaguars in the exhibit before jumping the barrier. Another witness said she saw employees cleaning up a trail of blood while the man was taken out with his arm bandaged. This individual wasn't using his head, the deputy zoo director said. He stuck his hand in through the mesh that separates the jaguars from the outside. Then he also said that if the jaguar had been able to latch on, it would have been a very different story. So the zoo said this is the only time anyone has been injured in the 11 years since the jaguars exhibit opened at the zoo, and emphasized that it is safe for zoogoers. Don't jump over fences and engage the animals.
Louisiana.
No.
Okay, give me one more shot.
Think of the animal I just said it was.
Say jaguar.
It's at a zoo.
At a zoo. It's a jaguar.
Florida.
Yes, Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida.
Florida strikes again. Damn.
It's one thing to mess with them while you protect it beyond the fence, but then to jump the fence and then mess with it some more up close. Yeah. He keep testing me, huh? And they lost his mom.
Oh my gosh, man. What is wrong with these people?
Out of all the animals in the animal kingdom, I have never seen a friendly jaguar. Like you see these people from Dubai, they have pet lions. And these lions is about as big as a house. And the lion just walk around and then they color with the lion. And they hit the lion like, no, boom. And then the lion just walk away, I have seen a lion, I have seen a tiger, but I have never seen a jaguar. Like I have never seen any of them have a friendly jaguar. whether it's the checkered one or it's the all black one. Oh, well, that's a panther, but them too. I have never seen a panther or a jaguar be as domestic and friendly like how all these other big cats. I have never seen. If I might be wrong, somebody show me a video because I have never seen a friendly jaguar.
I've seen some on. I don't know why. I just been looking at some like videos like that on. Well, not when they getting attacked, but like people having these big wild animals because it's interesting to me. But because like I'm not gonna lie. At one point I wanted to go visit. Like there's like a wolf place. Like what do you call the word? A wolf. What's that damn word I'm looking for? Pretty much where they take care of the wolves and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shelter.
At one point I wanted to go just visit there and see, but you know it's I've been seeing these videos on Instagram where people like having like foxes, wolves, or like or husky wolf hybrid that's mixed with dog and wolf in it, and same thing with Tiger Man with the tigers and the lions. They cuddling up with the animals.
Oh my!
I don't think you need to be doing that shit, man. That's just why would you do it? It just
I have seen them domestic. I have seen them have friendly wolves.
Yeah,
but like wolves are like dogs, but they huge, big, and they fangs are huge. So I can see that. I can see someone, if you have a wolf that's like a puppy and you just raised it, I can understand.
They get rid of it with a no can eat your ass.
But between a jaguar, just think about it. Jaguar. I have never seen a pet jag on Instagram because I watched it and I get zoomed in and I just type up. But I never seen anyone be friends with a jaguar. That and an alligator. And then they got people that come next to the alligator. They're like, oh, this is Big Sandy. And Sandy just sitting there with her mouth wide open and they give him the food and it go pop.
Big ass dinosaur, man.
Big ass dinosaur. And
man.
And then they don't come close to pet it or color with it because it's a freaking alligator.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some video. I saw this one video. There's one guy that was in the water with two alligators coming up to him, and he like held both of them up, whatever, and they're like full-grown alligators. And he danced with it in the water. Then he let them go, and they go about their way. And I'm amazed. It's interesting, but at the same time, I'm looking at it, it's gonna take one good time.
I want to know what the dude mindset was for him to like, yep, I'm gonna jump the gate. I'm gonna go agitate because Jaguar's probably just chilling.
Yeah,
chilling. You want to go agitate? He at home. You in his house.
I blame drugs.
You
on some good acid trip. Like Cat Williams said, that one joke said, "Oh, I'm a tiger. Like you give me an opportunity to be a tiger or a jaguar. I'm gonna show every last one of y'all what the game is." So he got inspired by Tiger Man.
Wow.
That's what it was. He had a moment, and then that moment got the best of him.
I guess God was with him that day.
I guess he was. I know God just be sitting there like, look at these fools. What is wrong?
Like,
you know what?
Sometimes,
but scratch them up real good.
Yeah.
When I imagine God, because they say you gotta look, because God watch over babies and fools. So, God is just sitting around and he's busy doing this, and then he just catching food jumping over fence, and he just do this with his hands, and then he save him, but he still staying focused, and he just help another food, then help another food, then a baby, and he ain't moving at all. But mostly it's been fools lately. It's like the babies is okay, but it's the fools that's been
idiot. You can jump in there if you want to. Oh my gosh.
Oh well.
All right. Toss the balancing act.
All right, y'all. Since we finished talking about these dumbasses for the day, I'm sorry. I'm trying to calm down. I'm trying. We about to get into the balance. We about to get into the balancing acts. You guys stay tuned, stay locked in. Just Acting Up Show. so this is a balancing act where we take time out to give flowers to people in celebrity news or just you yourself, people, normal folk like myself, Chris, and Mike. If you have done something amazing or have been doing something amazing, we like to, spread them blessings out and say thank you, appreciate you, and acknowledge you. But for this one, we're going to focus on mental health. Of course, we had Janisha Walls from, on the last time. So shout out to her and her company for life coaching. And, so we're going to talk about this Olympics thing with Simone Biles because it's something we need to talk about. And it's very important to, take care of your mental health. So we all know that Simone Biles, trying to pronounce her name, Osaka, she, they got out of the Olympics. And because, things transpired, and also with Simone Biles, she's not mentally there. And she is on ADHD. Article just came out about that. And the fact that she's on ADHD and she's able to get all these achievements is even more astonishing and amazing in itself. But we all have moments where we were about to go to work, but mentally we're not there. There's something that's there that we just focus on. And sometimes you want to have a personal day for yourself. Sometimes you want to take some personal time off. It's your time. You put in all that hard work and all that hard time to give the company that you are with or whoever that you're with those amazing, great, special moments. You achieve this and achieve that. And there are times where you just get burned out. We see it all the times with some athletes. We see it all the times with ourselves. We experience it with ourselves. So there are times when you say, hey, I can't do it. I need to go sit down. I need to get my mind right, physically, mentally, everything. I need to go do it. And I relate to Simone Biles in this to where, with acting, I did I battled COVID last year. And we're just about to finish up that mark where I think it was July 4th. Yeah, July 4th weekend when I had COVID. And ever since I got healthier, just been hitting the ground running. Like I was expressing to Chris and Mike, I was like, hey, I'm gonna finish up these last couple of these gigs, and after that, I'm gonna take a own little personal break from doing those acting gigs for a little bit to get myself right mentally, fit, and physically, and all that, and above. So for everybody who's saying that they're upset with Simone Biles for not representing her country, okay, she'll be back to, if she choose to, get back doing what she's doing. The woman suffered broken toes and still was out there whooping ass. You keep penalizing her for some amazing things that she's able to do because the people that she's going up against, they feel as if that they're not going to be able to get the scores that she get. Okay, so now you're upset with her, saying, "I'm tired."
Right.
What you want out of this, man? So. Shout out to Simone Biles. Thank you, Queen, for the hard work and everything that you did do when you was competing, and just spreading joy to a lot of people out there. You was an inspiration to everybody. So thank you, Simone.
Yeah. And just to piggyback off what you said, it's crazy because especially being a celebrity in the spotlight, for your accolades, where they'll praise you in one moment, and tear you down the next. And I really want to send some. I'm sending some anger towards Pierce Morgan. I got to say that because he, after her situation came out about mental issues, he went on record and said, "Are mental health issues now the go-to excuse for any poor performance in an elite sport? What a joke! Just admit you did badly, made mistakes, and will strive to do better next time. Kids need strong role models, not this nonsense." And that's just ignorant, man. Like, this
Yeah, it
same
is.
man, like a few years ago, he was all like, "Oh, she's such a great true champion that overcame so much," and but in the same breath, now look at him now, just tearing her down. And like, I applaud her for taking that stance because
Mhm.
these people don't care about you, and they'll force their opinion on you and force their way on you, and especially when it comes, I'm already kind of like the way how the athletic system is, and it's kind of like you work, you entertainment for others. That's a whole nother conversation. So I applaud her for just saying, what, even though I'm at the biggest stage right now, I'm gonna walk away because my mental health is more important than any medal. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And that takes courage. That
Yeah.
takes courage because um, you don't want to let no one down, especially your team. You know, especially your team. You don't want to let your team. You want to be there for your team, and you know, and they represent the country, so you want to be there. You know, for the country, you represent everybody in the country, or whatever. You know, and for her to step down and say, I'm taking a break for myself.
Yeah.
This is for me. That takes a lot of courage because some people would just, I'm just gonna go through with it. But she felt like I wasn't gonna get my whole complete performance, so
Mhm.
And
I'm
you
taking
gotta
a
think
step
about
down.
it. These athletes and gymnasts and stuff, they've been at this. They didn't just pick this up like a year or two ago. They've been doing this since they were kids. So
Kids.
you got that nonstop. Like they have to leave their families to go to these camps and stuff to train constantly in hopes of one day getting to that level of the Olympics and stuff. So,
Mhm.
you know, that constant of having to always perform. You know, that weighs a lot on you.
And Simone, if I'm not mistaken, I have not finished that Netflix documentary. I will tonight. I think she knew the guy. What was that guy name that did a lot of sexual acts? You remember? He
I,
got 175 years. I forgot his name.
I know you're talking about, yeah. But I can't think
Yeah,
of his name.
yeah. So that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with that, and then to compete and be at your top. You know, that's a lot. It's the same thing with acting and entertainment. A
Mhm.
piece of us gets taken away when you are trying to follow your dreams.
Mhm.
That's just reality, because it's a lot. It's on your mental. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of
Mhm.
to perform on your highest craft. You got to deliver this. You have to deliver this line. You have to deliver this scene. You got to travel here. You got to eat well here. You got to exercise. You got to work out. You got to do, and then you got to get along with your castmates. And then you got to make sure that you keep a environment. It's a lot. It is a lot when you are chasing your dreams. And so yeah, your mental health is gonna be affected, and you have to take a break. You got to, because it's just gonna drive you crazy.
Mhm.
Right. I
It
agree.
is. What if she would have what if she would have been performing and she would have had a mental breakdown in the middle of performing? Then what they would have came out and said then?
What
Oh
if
my dear.
Yeah, what if she was doing a flip and it wasn't, the right way to move your body, and she break a leg or something, knock on wood. But
Right.
Yeah,
that plays a part. So
yeah, it's a lot with it. So once again, shout out to Simone Biles and everybody who's competing in the Olympics right now who really put their bodies and their mental and physical well-being in that position to not only compete and obtain those goals and dreams, but showcasing themselves in front of us. So thank y'all for everything y'all do. Leave Simone alone, y'all.
Facts.
Take a break your damn self. Clap it in, clap it in, clap it in, clap it in, clap it in. Another great show, another day, man. So another great show, man. Shout out to our guests again. Maven, great for coming through, dropping those gems, man. Really appreciate a great interview. Um, thank you to Chris and Mike. I gotta thank y'all as well, man. And just say appreciate y'all for having me on this platform as well. Uh, thank you to everyone, our listeners.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
for sure. You
Oh
do a
man,
great job of hosting, man.
oh man,
The
appreciate y'all, man.
conductor, the pilot of the ship.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I have fun doing this, man, and I have fun getting the responses from everybody. The great feedback. So shout out to each and every last one of y'all. There's so many names, so I can't say go off this lane because I miss somebody.
Yeah.
So and I don't want nobody coming at me. Why ain't say hey? I'm like I'm bad with me. So like, follow, share, subscribe, click that bell button. It's down here somewhere. One of the
Right. Sure.
yeah.
Oh, and shout out to Humvee's house party. Me and Jaffe was on this past Monday. So shout out, we had a good time with you guys. So y'all be sure to check out their show on their channel as well.
hmm And shout out to Vic. and that chicken head, some porter. We talked about that today with Maven Gray. Man, I've been trying to get down there mentally, but Porter is like 30 minutes. On a Saturday afternoon, it's like, oh God. So I might go down there. I might go down there. But shout out to Vic and shout out to my boy Chris ETN with Dogface Clothing Line. And we didn't talk about Maven Gray and his food. Didn't talk about that. Creole with a twist.
Creole with a twist. Yes,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My mouth watering. Trying to.
I got friends that actually cook and they will make you fat.
Well, it's off of boomerangs. Like, yeah, that's it right there. My mouth's grooving right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all. So check us out on YouTube since you're on the show. I mean, that's what we're on right now. You're watching on here. Like I said again, like, share, click, subscribe down there again. Follow us on Spotify, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pandora, and iHeart Radio. So, man. Any positive messages? We done. We good.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna leave y'all with this week. You don't always need a plan. Sometimes you just need to breathe, trust, let go, and see what happens.
I dig that.
I like that.
I dig that. That's perfect for what we talked about today too. Message.
I like that. And God may just be with you that day.
Don't be jumping no zoo cages.
Yeah, don't do all that. Don't build a wall and then expect to get some money out of it either.
Like, man, you could have kept that to yourself, man. Stop building walls and jumping over cages and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the next week brings.
Yeah, next time. Have a good one.